Chapter 76. County Magistrate Tang looked at the plow and listened to Song Jinggong. At first he was happy, but then he felt that his face was a little hot. In the end, he opened his mouth in surprise. After Song Jinggong finished speaking, County Magistrate Tang recovered from his surprise and shock. He looked away from the plow and at Song Jinggong's face. "Zijin, did you say that? Or?" "Sir, it was the farmers in Zhuangzi of the Zhang family and Wang family who said it. Sir, you are a good official. The farmers will remember it in their hearts," Song Jinggong said with certainty. County Magistrate Tang understood immediately. That person was willing to give him the biggest credit. If the plow was really as Song Jinggong said, and with the auspicious sign last time, his position would be improved after the examination. As if he knew what he was thinking, Song Jinggong continued. "Sir, the spring plowing is busy. What we need is time. Why don't you let me accompany you tomorrow morning to test the plow? We can make it early and give it to the farmers." "No, we can't do it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be one day later. We have to leave now. Servants, bring a carriage and find the nearest Zhuangzi to have a look." At this time, County Magistrate Tang's mind was full of his future career. How could he waste one night in vain? He called the people in the mansion and turned to Song Jinggong and said, "Zijin Zhangjia Zhuangzi, who cooperated with me, also made a big contribution this time. I don't know if there is anything I can help with. I will make the decision for the people." "Darren, speaking of difficulties, there is indeed one. I heard that the current emperor wants to take back all the farmland in the world. Sanshui County is close to the capital, so it is inevitable that the 100 households of the Zhang family's farmstead and the 1,000 mu of farmland will be taken back." Song Jinggong received the young master's order and told him everything. County Magistrate Tang was in a dilemma and sighed. "If that is the case, then the plow's contribution will be." "That's right, my lord, you have to take the first credit. Without my lord there would be no curved yuan plow." Song Jinggong affirmed again. County Magistrate Tang was moved. If that Zhuangzi had taken all the credit, even if they found out that something had happened, it would be considered as nothing had happened. The Ziyuan plow was a good thing for the country and the people. Perhaps not only would he not accept the original reward, but he would also be rewarded more. However, this great merit would be pushed to him. After thinking for a while, the carriage was ready. County Magistrate Tang had no choice but to walk to the carriage with Song Jinggong as he said to him, "Zijin, I don't have the ability to fake it. Do you know who the person on the carriage is?" "Prime Minister Yao Chong. Even if I can hide it from the provincial governor, I can't hide it from that iron-faced Yao Chong." "Darren, there is no need to hide it. The villagers have all said that Darren only needs to help delay the time. For example, during the summer or autumn season, the investigation in the county has to be done first and foremost. Tuqiao village is located at a far distance away, and there is not enough manpower for the investigation, so it can only be done last. What do you think, Darren?" Song Jinggong at the side was half a hint. County Magistrate Tang nodded. He also felt that it was very easy to do this kind of thing. However, even if it was delayed until the winter, would Zhuangzi have a solution? "Zijin, could it be that Zhuangzi has other plans?" County Magistrate Tang wanted to know what the two masters were hiding. Right now, he didn't just admire the expert in the manner. He really wanted to meet him or even worship him as a disciple. He had taken out so many things without making things difficult for him at all. He had even given him merits in such a casual manner. They helped him so much and were so old. It was not too much to ask him to become their disciple. How many people's teachers could take care of their own students like the masters? "Darren, I don't know what you are asking. Maybe during the summer or autumn season I will know." Song Jinggong did not know that County Magistrate Tang had already thought of the two little ancestors in his family as old men, and even had the idea of becoming their disciple. He shook his head and said, "Oh, that's good. I will handle the matter on Zhuangzi properly." County Magistrate Tang saw that Song Jinggong also did not know, so he did not ask any more. He was thinking about whether this curved plow was as good as he said. After traveling for 2 hours, They finally found a place on Zhuangzi. The people on the farm had already gone to bed. County Magistrate Cheng asked someone to call a farmer and said to him, "I have a new plow here. Why don't you try it?" The farmer was still sleeping when he was called. At first he was a little unwilling. However, when he heard that the county magistrate had come personally, he quickly dressed and was brought here. When he heard that the county magistrate wanted him to try a new plow, he was puzzled but did not dare to ask too much. He just agreed. "Darren, since you want me to try it, I will try it." "Darren, should I wake up my child and let him pull the plow?" "No need. I have already prepared a horse for you. Put it on and use it." County Magistrate Chang had already considered this when he came, so he brought an extra horse to follow behind. It was just right for him to use it now. The old man quickly put the plow on the horse and put it in the field. He urged the horse and the horse slowly moved forward. The old man, who was used to using a straight plow, was not used to it at first. However, after 2 steps, the speed became faster and faster. He shouted happily as he plowed. "It's so fast. So fast. So fast. So good. I have never seen such a good plow in my life. Darren, you are really a good person. Darren, you can even think of trying a new plow in the middle of the night. I don't know who made this plow. If I had a plow like this, I would not have to worry about this spring." Of course, it was the county magistrate who thought of it. He found a Zhuangzi and asked the farmer there to help him make it. The county magistrate has been thinking about how to make the spring plowing faster these days. He is so anxious that his hair has turned white. Song Jinggong stood on the edge of the field. When he heard the old man shouting, he also shouted, as if he was afraid that others did not know. His voice was so loud that it woke up some farmers. County Magistrate Cheng was not familiar with farming and did not know how good the new plow was. Now that he heard the old man shouting, he was happy. As for Song Jinggong's words, he did not refute and said with a smile, "It's so good that it's good. I will give this plow to you. Zijin, when you go back, bring a curved plow from Zhuangzi. I have decided to find a craftsman to make it or teach them how to make it. While there are still some days left, let's plow the field first. It will be difficult for our county not to have a good harvest this year." "Darren, you are right. With you working so hard, even God will be on your side." "Darren, I don't need to go back to Zhuangzi to get it. Young Master Zhou has 2,000 sets now. If I go back now, he may have made more. When I came here, young Master Zhou said that I can ask some people to buy it from him. He doesn't charge much, only 10% more than the normal straight plow." Song Jinggong smiled and told him about the inventory on the other side. County Magistrate Cheng blinked twice and nodded. As expected, he won't just hand over the plow. He must get some benefits from it. Since that is the case, I will ask people to put up notices in the county early in the morning and ask people to go to Zhoushihu to buy it. County Magistrate Cheng did not understand why such a powerful expert liked to make money. However, his ability to make money was not ordinary. After the discussion, before the county magistrate and the others went back, some of the other villagers who were woken up also got up and went out to see what was going on. When the villagers went out, they saw a person plowing in the field with the help of the moonlight. Everyone was puzzled. Who was so powerful that he could work in the middle of the night without sleeping? When they got closer, they recognized him. It was the bald old man in the village. When they saw him, someone immediately shouted, "Bald old man, what are you doing? Could it be that he's suffering from psychosis? So it's the little donkey. You also came out. Quickly go and greet the county magistrate." The county magistrate gave me a new set of plow called the curved shaft plow. When plowing, one can do the work of several people. The old man's voice was also heard. When they heard this, everyone realized that the county magistrate was among the group of people standing there. This was a high position. When they were frightened, they trembled and went forward to greet him. County Magistrate Cheng was naturally polite. Song Jinggong, who was beside him, told them about how the county magistrate did things for the people. County Magistrate Cheng received a lot of praise. Since he said that the new plow was good, the villagers naturally went to check it out. One by one, they ran over and saw the speed at which the bald old man plowed. With the new plow, the villagers all wanted to try it. Plowing took a few steps, but before they could get addicted to it, it was snatched away by someone else. County Magistrate Tang was not in a hurry to leave. The villagers were also the people under his rule. When he saw that they were happy, he was happy as well. As a result, all the people in Zhuangzi got up and spread the news. When they knew that the county magistrate had personally come and brought a very useful new plow, they were envious of the bald old man and were also thinking about whether they should get a new plow. County Magistrate Tang told everyone where to buy a new plow on the spot. He also told them the approximate price. After encouraging them, he got on the carriage and left. The villagers spontaneously followed behind to see him off. After walking for 5 or 6 li, they could not keep up with the slow carriage. They stopped and watched the carriage go away. This feeling is really good. County Magistrate Tang leaned against the carriage and thought about the words of the people just now. He also thought about the long journey of seeing him off. He sighed with emotion. Song Jinggong also heard it, but did not say anything. At this time, it was better to let the county magistrate feel the happiness of the people. Took him 2 hours to leave and 3 hours to return. The sky was beginning to brighten. Those who had woken up early to do business also began to appear on the streets. County Magistrate Chang Lingxiang had just gotten off the carriage with a happy mood when someone from the yamen came to report. "Sir, you are back." Just now, the village chief of Tuqiao village came and said that he has something important to tell you. The village chief also came with him and is now waiting in the hall. Because I had to maintain a kind of passion after writing, I did not see some of the wrong words. If anyone saw them, tell me and I will correct them together tonight. Remember which chapter. Thank you. Chapter 77. When County Magistrate Chang heard what the servant said, he frowned and turned to look at Song Jinggong, who was also confused. He asked the servant, "Do you know why those 2 people are here?" This lowly one doesn't know. The 2 of them didn't tell this lowly one. Presumably, something big must have happened for the 2 of them to set off yesterday and rush over here. Okay. County Magistrate Cheng nodded and didn't say anything else. She led Song Jinggong into the mansion. Song Jinggong didn't say much either. He could guess why Qi Zheng and Elder Qian were here. It was probably because the young master asked them to tell him. Guingxi couldn't find anything, so he reported the situation of Zhang family and Wang family in Zhuangzi. These 2 people didn't have any rank and were similar to the village. They were just coordinating some things in the village. Unfortunately, the young master had already thought of it and arranged everything. He didn't have to worry about being schemed against. County Magistrate Cheng slept for less than 4 hours, but he didn't feel tired at all. He was still excited about being praised by the people. He asked Song Jinggong to rest in the side room and came to the main hall. The village chief and Elder Qian, who had been drinking tea 3 times, saw the county magistrate and quickly stood up and bowed. They didn't sleep for long, so they were as energetic as the county magistrate. "So it's Qi Lijing and Elder Feng. I wonder if something big happened in the county this early in the morning." County Magistrate Chang was also very polite to the 2 of them, especially the elder whose surname was Feng. He used to work in the yamen and retired from the position of county deputy. Because of his high status in the village, he was regarded as an elder by others and could not be neglected. Qi Lijing and Senior Feng looked at each other. In the end, Qi Lijing said, "County Magistrate, the 2 of us do have something important to tell you." "Oh, no hurry. You haven't eaten anything yet, right? Wait for someone to bring snacks. We'll talk after eating." "The same. I've been busy for so long and my stomach is empty." County Magistrate Cheng saw that these 2 people seemed to be happy, so he wasn't in a hurry. He asked someone to bring snacks and sat there to eat with them. Qi Lijing and Old Feng were indeed hungry, especially Old Feng. He was old and rushed here overnight. He needed to eat something and rest. The three of them drank tea and ate without talking. Qi Lijing was relatively younger. He was thinking about how to tell the good news to the county magistrate. By then, he would have made a great contribution to the county magistrate. As he ate, he thought about it. Last night, Guingxi, the village chief of Zhuangzi, came looking for him and told him about the spring plowing of the Zhang family and Wang family in Zhuangzi. At first, he did not believe it, but when someone lit a fire and went over to investigate, he understood that the second plowing had already begun. This was something extraordinary. Other families hadn't even finished plowing once. Zhang family and Wang family didn't have many people in Zhuangzi, but they plowed very quickly. There were only a few people on night watch in the fields. After questioning them, he didn't get anything. If Guingxi didn't say that the plows used here were different from other places, he would have been fooled by the night watch of Zhang family and Wang family in Zhuangzi. They had such a good thing, but they didn't take it out and didn't report it to him. If it was something else, it would be fine. However, this was something that could speed up the spring plowing. He couldn't let it go. Since that was the case, he had to give it a push. After going through the matter in his mind, Qi Lijing drank tea from time to time. He stopped to look at the county magistrate and old Feng. He thought that his prestige could be further improved in the future. He felt that the tea was better than usual. Old Feng was also suppressing the excitement in his heart as he ate. Last night, Guingxi and Qi Lijing came together. He also went to take a look. After showing his identity, they didn't ask the person in charge to come over. They said that they had to wait until tomorrow morning. As a deputy county magistrate of 2 realms, he knew that the plows that could speed up the plowing process was very beneficial to the entire Tang Empire. Even if Zhang family and Wang family didn't seem to want to take it out in Zhuangzi, he had to report it. The snack lasted for half an hour. County Magistrate Cheng took another sip of tea and asked, Qi Lijing and old Feng, do you feel that your stomachs don't feel so uncomfortable anymore? The two of them answered in unison. This time Qi Lijing started again. Sir, we came here because we have something important to report. This matter is beneficial to the country and the people. What matter is beneficial to the country and the people? Tell me quickly. County Magistrate Cheng pretended to be anxious. Just now he asked them to accompany him to eat. However, he was really not anxious. Beneficial to the country and the people. What matter was more important than the new plows that he had just made? Qi Lijing coughed softly and tried to calm himself down. He said, Sir, we found a place where the spring plowing process was several times faster than other places. I heard that there was a new type of plows that was different from other places. Old Feng and I checked that night. When we went there to have a look, it was true. Other places had not finished plowing the first time, but that place had already started plowing the second time. When we went there to have a look, that place had already plowed a lot of the second time. The fertilizer had already been turned into the soil. When the time comes, people will step on it. Old Feng and I wanted to see the person in charge of Zhuangzi. Who would have thought that no one would come out even after we asked them to call? They insisted that we should wait until tomorrow. Old Feng was afraid that a long night would cause trouble. At that time, they would not admit that there was a new plows. That was why we came here overnight. County Magistrate Cheng listened. First, he thought that there was something else. But after listening for a while, he understood that it was because of the curved plows. Then there was nothing strange. He thought that the two of them had not seen the plows and yet they came here looking for him. He was not as anxious as the two of them when he personally sent the plows to others. So it was this matter. Understand. County Magistrate Cheng waited for Qi Lijing to finish speaking. Then he nodded casually and picked up the teacup to drink. Sir, you should quickly send people to check and find the two people in charge of Zhuangzi. Then you should ask them to present the plows. When Qi Lijing saw that County Magistrate Cheng was not happy, he became anxious and urged him. After he finished speaking, he was worried that County Magistrate Cheng would blame him. He sat there anxiously and did not know what to do. When old Feng saw this, he also said, "Sir, Qi Lijing is right. What if the people there do not want to present the plows and secretly destroy them? Then our dynasty will lose a good item." Fine. Since old Feng said so, then I will let old Feng and Qi Lijing be at ease. County Magistrate Chang said as he called a servant and whispered a few words into his ear. The servant turned around and left. County Magistrate Chang continued to invite the two people to drink tea. Qi Lijing and old Feng thought that County Magistrate Chang was going to send them to Zhuangzi. Thus they calmed down. After about 15 minutes, the servant who left just now returned to the hall. He was carrying a set of plows behind him. Qi Lijing and old Feng, take a look. Is this the type of plows? It is different from normal plows. The shaft of this plows is curved. County Magistrate Chang took another sip of tea and said to the two people with a smile. The plows were just taken from Zhou Shihu. Qi Lijing and old Feng had never seen the plows used by the Zhang family and the Wang family in Zhuangzi. They only heard from the housekeeper of Guzhuang that the new plows were different from the old ones. When they saw it and heard what County Magistrate Cheng said, they were stunned. The two of them also knew that no matter how fast a horse was, it would not be able to go back and forth from the county to the village in such a short time. This meant that the County Magistrate Cheng already had the plows. "Sir, where did you get this plows?" Qi Lijing asked again. "In a family in the county. I already know why Qi Lijing and old Feng are here. Don't worry. When the sun rises today, I will ask people to put up a notice in the county and ask the people who are plowing to go there to buy the plows. This morning I came back from outside just to test this new plows." County Magistrate Cheng put on an unfathomable expression and said to Qi Lijing and old Feng with a smile. This. Qi Lijing wanted to say something, but he did not know where to start. "Sir, since you already knew, why didn't you ask people to make more plows at the beginning of the spring plowing?" Old Feng asked. "It's not that I didn't want to, but I couldn't. Once the new plows are made, we don't know if they are good. We have to find someone to use them first." The Zhang family and the Wang family in Zhuangzi also thought the same. Now it seems that they are good. County Magistrate Chang said and glanced at the servant. The servant followed the county magistrate to Zhuangzi last night to test the plows, so he naturally understood what the county magistrate meant. He immediately said, "Qi Lijing and old Feng may not know, but this new plows are called curved plows. Our county magistrate thought hard and found a farmer in Zhongjia Zhuangzi to make them. After the Zhang family and the Wang family used them and sent someone to deliver the new plows, our county magistrate did not care about his tiredness. He ordered people to make the new plows first and then personally went to a nearby farmer to test it. These days our county magistrate has not been eating and drinking, and he has lost a lot of weight." The servant started to wipe his tears as he spoke. It seemed that he really felt sorry for the county magistrate. Qi Lijing and old Feng were dumbfounded. They looked at County Magistrate Cheng and did not realize that he had lost weight. The two of them originally thought that they would be praised, but they did not expect that the county magistrate already knew about it. Moreover, the new plows were made by the county magistrate. Qi Lijing did not doubt it, but old Feng, who used to be the deputy county magistrate, knew the knack of it. It seemed that the Zhang family and the Wang family had found County Magistrate Cheng. No wonder he did not care about Qi Lijing and him going there. The most important thing was that he had thought about this aspect. Qi Lijing went there overnight and did not get anything in the end. So it is the new plows made by County Magistrate. I really do not know what to say. County Magistrate is really a good official. You think about the people. County Magistrate should rest more. Don't tire yourself out. The people in the county cannot lose a good official like you. Other than saying this, old Feng could not find anything else to say. After he finished speaking, he was about to stand up and leave. County Magistrate Chang quickly said, "Qi Lijing and old Feng, you don't have to leave in a hurry. Rest for a while and come with me to the place where the plows are sold." Chapter 78. Birds chirped in the branches. Dogs barked in the countryside, and chickens crowed. Early in the morning, Erniu brought Zhang Xiaowu and Zhang Xiaolu to smash big rocks one by one until the small rocks were only the size of a fingernail. Only then did they meet the requirements. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan came down from the Kong, washed up, and sat at the table to eat. The two of them had grown a few more teeth. They had always paid attention to training their teeth, so now they could eat hard things. They had fried big bones, which were deep-fried dough sticks. In front of them was a bowl of soy milk, a plate of fermented bean curd, and a large amount of braised pork on the largest plate. There was no one to serve them at this time. Xiao Hong saw that the weather was warm, so she hurriedly ate something in the morning and drove the ducks and geese to the pond to test the water. She hadn't returned yet, but it seemed that the test was successful. Cherries was taking care of more than 6,000 chickens, so she couldn't come back at all. Pomegranate was busy with the fungus. When she woke up in the morning, she ate a big bun and went to the pond to observe. Originally, Jiang Wang clan wanted to send someone over for the two children, but Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan refused. Everyone was busy, so the two of them didn't need to waste any manpower. This morning, it wasn't only Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan who ate deep-fried dough sticks. Everyone else also ate. If they wanted to eat buns, they would eat buns. If they wanted to eat deep-fried dough sticks, they would eat deep-fried dough sticks. There were also steamed buns and a few kinds of pickles. They could eat as much as they wanted. The deep-fried dough sticks could be said to be invented by the two of them, as well as the braised pork. When they woke up in the morning, they should eat something light. Everyone else did, except for Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan. They asked someone to send a big plate of food over. Today, the two of them were preparing to help out in the fields. When they were growing up, nutrition couldn't be lacking. Only carbohydrates couldn't satisfy the needs of the two of them. Xiao Bao later on, should we push the cart over there or carry a bag of stones? Wang Wan picked up a piece of red braised pork that had a large proportion of fat and threw it into her mouth. While chewing, she talked to Zhang Xiaobao. I don't want to die from exhaustion. Let's wait over there later and help look after the chickens. Zhang Xiaobao also picked up a piece of fatty meat. Alright then. Actually, why don't we go to the river and see if we can get some fish? I think that with our current physical condition, we can still fight with a small fish with tools. Don't always be fat and thin. Who's going to eat the rest? Wang Wan said as she picked up a piece of lean red braised pork for Zhang Xiaobao. The people here like to eat fatty meat because it was oily. She and Zhang Xiaobao originally liked to eat fatty meat, but in the end they didn't eat it because they were too thin. Alright, then I'll eat more protein. Don't count on the river. If we want to go there, we need to find someone to accompany us. When Erniu and the others have chosen the wheat meal stone, we can use it. We can also use it in drinking water, cooking, and bathing. Yes, we can't let Erniu and the others smash all the stones. We have to leave a few big ones and let someone hollow out the middle to make cups. When the time comes, we can use it to make tea for our two families. The effect should be better. Zhang Xiaobao picked up a toothpick and used it to check the teeth that were stuffed when he ate the lean meat just now. His two front teeth were relatively neat, so the meat was stuffed in the middle. Alright, don't look like that. You've eaten too much, right? You can stuff your teeth with meat. Stupid, it's easy to look after chickens. First, let the craftsman in the farmstead make 2 smaller slingshots for you to practice your strength and accuracy. It would be great if you had a gun. Do you know how to shoot? Wang Wan looked at Zhang Xiaobao's slightly protesting eyes. She twisted her words and changed the topic again. Do you think I know how to shoot? That time I was abroad. I could spend a little money and I could have a place to practice. I don't have the ability to make guns. This difficult and glorious task will be handed to you. Zhang Xiaobao drank a big mouthful of soy milk and said to Wang Wan, I don't know how to shoot either. I learned how to command. Alright, I'm full. When we go later, bring some pork floss and carrot sugar juice. Wang Wan put down the chopsticks, threw down a sentence, and stood up to rinse her mouth. Zhang Xiaobao quickly ate a few more mouthfuls and followed her. When the two of them arrived at the fields in Zhuangzi, Erniu had already sent half a wheelbarrow full of stones. None of them were big. Zhang Xiaobao immediately asked people to mix these small stones with the fertilizer and turn them over to the fields. Little young master, what are these stones for? A farmer followed Zhang Xiaobao's instructions and asked. I don't know. My mother told me to ask her when I go back tonight. She will tell you tomorrow. Zhang Xiaobao naturally wouldn't say that this thing was for increasing the production. Since it's the madam's order, then it's done. Little young master, you don't need to trouble the madam anymore. The farmer didn't want to ask about this matter, even if he felt that if the stones were turned over, they would cut his feet when transplanting the seedlings. My mother said that we don't need to transplant seedlings this year. Just throw the seedlings in directly. At that time we will give everyone an extra pair of shoes. Don't walk barefoot in the water. Zhang Xiaobao certainly knew what the farmer was worried about. He could see it from his undisguised gaze. When the farmer heard that they didn't need to plant seedlings and just threw them casually, he immediately became anxious. Little young master, this won't do. You have to go back and persuade the madam. If we don't plant seedlings, how can we harvest in autumn? I will do as my mother says. I heard that this is a secret recipe that my mother obtained. It's very useful. Otherwise, why wouldn't my mother be worried about her own family's land? Zhang Xiaobao explained. When he saw the farmer's doubtful look, he didn't say anything more and went to look at the chickens with Wang Wan. If he wasn't worried about the people above investigating, he wouldn't have turned over the stubble on the ground last autumn after cutting the rice. He would wait until spring when the rice seedlings were planted, then throw the straw in. That would be more effective. But if he really did that, he would definitely be caught and questioned. Even if the land was his family's, if he really did something bad, he could still be convicted. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan each had a small slingshot. They could only hit the pebbles that were the size of soybeans. They aimed at the chickens and hit them one by one. Even if they hit them, they didn't have much strength. The chickens that were hit cooed twice and moved slightly to continue looking for food. At noon, the farmers stopped and started to prepare for lunch. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan originally didn't care about lunch. They only cared about dinner. Later, Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan felt that it was a waste of a lot of manpower to go back and forth. Now that the plow was easy to use and the women could help with the plowing, they finally decided to take care of lunch as well. They quickly finished the spring plowing and let these idle people go up the mountain to pick mushrooms and wild vegetables. There was still an empty slope behind the two families. When the time came, they could plant more trees. The soil on the ground wasn't very good, so they had to transport some soil elsewhere. When the time came, they could plant fruit trees. This required people to do it. While they were eating, County Magistrate Tang sent someone to deliver a message to the housekeeper. He told the housekeeper that Guingxi had found Qi Lijing and Old Feng and reported this matter to the county magistrate. While waiting for the people to be arranged to eat, Zhang Xiaobao learned about this matter from the housekeeper. He and Wang Wan found the housekeeper of the Wang family and said to him, "Housekeeper Wang, after lunch, go and call the steward of the Gu family in Zhuangzi. Give him a pair of curved plows and ask him to do the same." "Young master, why do you do this? Why should we let others know about our good things?" Housekeeper Wang didn't know that such things had been sent to the county magistrate, and that many of them had been made. Leave the recipe or leave the brains. County Magistrate Cheng has already arranged for people to start buying. Wang Wan felt that this housekeeper's brain was a little slow. It was such a simple principle, but he couldn't understand it. After hearing Wang Wan's words, the housekeeper thought for a while and finally nodded. "I understand. I will go in a while." After housekeeper Wang left, Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan found a tree stump that had sprouted new buds and sat down to rest. They were tired. After shooting slingshots for the whole morning, their arms were sore. "This Guingxi is really anxious." Wang Wan drank a mouthful of carrot juice and looked in the direction of the Gu family in Zhuangzi and said, "Yes, in fact, it's not easy for him. After being cheated by our two families, that farmer doesn't have the energy to work. The small river between him and us is not bad. We can use it in the future, especially the wide area below. When the time comes, we can ask him if he is willing to cooperate. If he is willing, we can work together. When Zhang Xiaobao thought of Guingxi's sad face all day, he felt that it was interesting. He also sympathized with Guingxi. If it was anyone else, they would be afraid of comparing themselves with others. Wang Wan turned her head and saw Zhang Xiaobao's hand moving on his leg again. She knew that he was thinking of ideas again. When Zhang Xiaobao's hand stopped moving, she asked, "What good idea have you thought of to make a fortune? You can even bring the Gu family in." It's not up to us to decide whether to bring his family or not. Depends on whether they are sensible or not. Last time I wanted to help them at the market, but he refused. This is the second chance. If he misses it again, he can't blame others. If Zhang Xiaobao didn't want to see the three Zhuangzi so close together and want to be neighbors, he wouldn't care whether Guingxi was worried or not. That's right. The opportunity is right in front of you. If you don't know how to grasp it, then you don't deserve to be pitied. Tell me the idea. Wang Wan asked. Well, the idea is to build a dam at the bottom. When the water level is high, we can raise fish in it. Raise big fish. What kind of fish is big? Fish. That's settled. When the time comes, we can get a whale here. When we have nothing to do, we can watch the whale breathe and spray water. Zhang Xiaobao pointed at that side with his hand, looking like he was giving advice. Wang Wan listened and put her hand on Zhang Xiaobao's forehead. Are you sick? No, I know that sea fish are not easy to raise, but can't we just sprinkle salt in it? Zhang Xiaobao added confidently. Seriously ill. Wang Wan put her other hand on Zhang Xiaobao's forehead. Chapter 79. I'm not sick, I'm really not sick. I'm just kidding. I'm planning to build a restaurant there. 2-story restaurant will do. It will be directly above the water, and it won't be just a simple one. The restaurant in the middle must be empty. You can sit and eat in the restaurant and you can see the scenery outside as well as inside. The lowest empty area will be surrounded by a net, and the fish can be raised in it. Those who want to see the scenery can go to the second floor, and those who want to fish can go to the first floor. You can fish in both the inner and outer circles. There are fields and mountains here. Usually, when you wake up in the morning, there will be a feeling of clouds and mist. Coupled with the water vapor in the river, it will definitely be comfortable to eat and rest up there. I've even thought of a name. It will be called Between the Clouds and the Water. Zhang Xiaobao finally got down to business and told Wang Wan his plan. Why does this idea sound so familiar? I remember there was a scam like this before. They said that they wanted to put a city on the water. You're not lying, right? Wang Wan thought of a case as she listened. That was to cheat the bank for a loan. Who would I cheat? We're the ones paying for it. Guingxi is already so poor. Why would I cheat him? Liars also have morals. Of course, when the restaurant is built, there may not be people coming. It's a long journey. First, there are no gambling houses. Second, there are no brothels. Who would be willing to come? Zhang Xiaobao also pointed out the shortcomings of his plan. Wang Wan blinked. Since you know, why do you still want to build it? We can have other things such as food. After all, the food now can't be compared to the food of our time. There are also many lost dishes that we can't compare to. It doesn't matter. We can just find a chef who knows how to cook. As long as we write down the dishes that we have eaten and change the seasonings, we can make many dishes that people here haven't eaten before. Song Jinggong's reputation has been made, so I asked him to find a group of literati and literati to come here to play. After these people eat and sing well, they will go back and help us spread the word. More people will come here. Plus, there is a market here. Those smart businessmen will see a business opportunity. We can build more shops and rent them out. The government will send people over to collect taxes. Let County Magistrate Cheng talk to them and use the money to repair the roads. When the roads are repaired, the villagers will be raising chickens and pigs. Our 2 villages will work together and set the prices. We don't have to send the goods out to sell. Someone will send the goods to us when we buy. Zhang Xiaobao looked at the villager who had started to work again and described with a firm gaze. And then, "Go on, I like to hear this kind of thing." Wang Wan also had a look of yearning. "Also, our business is still too small. Let's talk about it when the time comes. Rich people won't care about a small place like ours at all. At the same time, there will be many people who will copy what we do and compete with us for customers. Driven by profit, all kinds of troubles will come one after another." Zhang Xiaobao's tone changed as he spoke. He sounded a little helpless and a little indifferent. Wang Wan also understood that this was unavoidable. If you want to live a good life, you have to face all kinds of problems. Running away won't solve the problems. Let's go and practice with the slingshot. We can talk about the future later. Let's take it one step at a time. The two of them picked up some small stones and began to bully the chickens again. Gu Yingxi also followed the housekeeper here. Originally, housekeeper Wang only asked someone to find housekeeper Gu, but Gu Yingxi insisted on coming after knowing. He just wanted to see what that secret thing looked like. Villager Gu is also here. Housekeeper Gu, this is the new plow on Zhuangzi. We call it the curved shaft plow. A few days ago we wanted to see if this plow was good, so we didn't let villager Gu know. If it wasn't good, wouldn't the Gu family's Zhuangzi be harmed? When housekeeper Wang, who was waiting here, saw someone crossing the bridge, he immediately went to greet them. As he walked back, he asked someone to bring the plow for them to see. No normal person would believe what he said. Gu Yingxi and the housekeeper squatted down and looked at the plow carefully. At the same time, Gu Yingxi said to housekeeper Wang, "Housekeeper Wang is very thoughtful. So this plow can be used. Do you want to find village chief? This will be a great achievement." Gu Yingxi's tone was sour when he said this. He thought he found someone to make the Zhang Xiaobao and Wang family compromise in Zhuangzi. There's no need for that. In fact, the county magistrate was the one who asked us to make this plow. There should be many similar plows on sale in the county right now. I'll give this to village head Gu. It's not too late to take it back and make the same. When housekeeper Wang looked at Gu Yingxi, he felt that this person was a little pitiful. He spent so much effort, but the result didn't change, but the process was different. He thought that Gu Yingxi must be very upset. The county magistrate already knew. This good. So the county magistrate wants to increase the income of the people, so he made this plow. It's really not ordinary. Gu Yingxi was indeed uncomfortable. He didn't believe that the county magistrate already knew, but when he heard that the county already had this kind of plow, he understood that the Zhang Xiaobao and Wang family thought about it before him. He felt that he was using all his strength to catch a chicken on the ground, but in the end he caught nothing. The Zhang Xiaobao and Wang family were really too deceitful. Thinking this in his heart, he still had to say some good words. He asked the housekeeper to go back and find someone to take the plow back. He said to housekeeper Wang, "Thank you very much, housekeeper Wang. First, you let your own villagers use it, which shows that your courage is unusual. After using it well, you let us use it to learn. This is not a small favor. With the new plow, we can plant the seedlings earlier this year. If we can make it in time for 2 rainy days, then we won't have to worry about autumn." Well said. Who asked our 2 families to be so close to Zhuangzi? As the saying goes, a close neighbor is better than a distant relative. If we can help each other, of course we should help each other. Who hasn't met with difficulties? If one day the Wang family is in trouble in Zhuangzi, I think village manager Gu will also be in the same situation. Housekeeper Wang put on a sincere expression and replied, Yes, we should help each other. Zhuangzi still has some things to do. Housekeeper Wang, you can go do it." Since he got what he wanted, Gu Yingxi didn't want to say more. After saying a few words of courtesy, he turned around and left. With the new plow, it was much better than the previous one. It was sold in the county town. The news seemed to have wings. In just half a day, it spread throughout the county town. Some people had already started to buy it. This was a notice issued by the county magistrate, so he wouldn't lie to them. County Magistrate Cheng was also busy. After resting for a while, he suddenly remembered that he forgot the most important thing. He got up and went to the study room. He wrote a petition and asked someone to send it out quickly. After the messenger left, he asked someone to bring 2 sets of curved plow and send it to the county town as fast as possible. This was the time to show off his merit, so he couldn't be late. After finishing all these, he couldn't sleep anymore. He asked someone to wake up Qi Lijing and Senior Feng. Then he walked to Zhou Shihu with these 2 people who obviously didn't have enough sleep. He wanted to stay there in person so that more people who were still hesitating would make up their minds to buy the plow. When the 3 of them arrived with a few yamen runners, there was already a sea of people. The villagers who received the news all came to ask how much the plow cost and how it was used. As soon as County Magistrate Cheng arrived, the people immediately made way for him. Seeing the county magistrate walk over with a smile on his face, they all showed respect in their eyes. When they came, they had already heard that this kind of plow was much faster than before, and it was all the county magistrate's idea. They also heard that the county magistrate's hair turned white and he lost weight because of thinking about these things. It took him a lot of energy to make the plow. In the middle of the night, he even went out to check if the plow was good. He was a good official. During the new year, he even gave gifts to the villagers. Thinking of this, some people began to shout, "Good." The others were also affected and shouted, making County Magistrate Cheng's prestige unparalleled. At this time, the head of the department, Zhao Xiong, was also writing a petition in the study. He knew what was going on, but he couldn't write the truth. He could only write according to what everyone said. After writing 2 full pages, he finally understood the situation. Many of them talked about how County Magistrate Cheng was anxious about the spring plowing. After drying the ink, he put the letter into an envelope, stamped it with a lacquer seal, and asked someone to send it away. He sat there in a daze, thinking about the Zhang family's farmstead. He wondered what kind of person was so capable that he could make so many things. Not only did he make a lot of money, but he also knew when to advance and retreat. He gave up all the benefits and made connections with the county magistrate. It seems that I was right to help him back then. Otherwise, this curved plow might not appear again. The food in that small shop in the county tasted pretty good and the price was cheap. I brought my daughter there several times and could eat a lot each time. It seems that they still have some tricks up their sleeves. I heard that the land there is going to be taken back. Since they are willing to give such a big credit to the county magistrate, it means that they have other ways to help Zhuangzi increase his reputation. Zhao Xiong sat there, thinking and muttering to himself. Then he closed his eyes and hummed a local tune. Compared to the head of the department, Zhao Xiong, who was leisurely, County Magistrate Cheng was much more tired. With him around, more and more people came to buy the plow. All the people who came over had to greet him, and he also had to reply. After a while, he was thirsty from talking and drinking a bowl of tea didn't make him feel better. "Shihu, this time not only did you make money, when the higher-ups give you a reward, you will also get a share. If you didn't arrange for people to make so many plows, the people wouldn't be able to use the new plow. Don't slack off these 2 days. Make more. It would be best if all the villagers in the county can use the new plow." County Magistrate Cheng looked at Zhou Shihu, who was standing there with a face full of smiles. He walked over and said earnestly, "Uncle Cheng is right. Shihu will definitely ask people to make more of these plows so that all the villagers in the county can enjoy the benefits." Zhou Shihu also expressed his attitude. In fact, he was thinking that with so many plows sold, the money won't be small. Once the 200,000 words count is reached, I will come down immediately. I am prepared, but everyone must continue to vote. There is also a recommendation list. Thank you. Chapter 80. Time flew by quickly. 6 days had passed since the spring equinox, but there was still no reward. Not even a sentence had been delivered, let alone a physical object. Bureaucracy, this is bureaucracy. Everyone knows that the plow is useful, but they are entangled with it for their own benefits. I heard that in the other counties of this prefecture, people started to make curved plows in less than 2 days after County Magistrate Chang sent in the memorials. This means that they got the job done, but left the benefits to be shared equally. Wang Wan sat on a stool and rested her chin on her hands as she complained to Zhang Xiaobao. Zhang Xiaobao also knew about this matter, but he didn't care. His face was calm, and he was more concerned about the fact that there wasn't even a single rain these days. The small amount of water that rose when the snow melted had receded. Based on this, even if they built between the clouds and the water on the other side of the river this year, it would be useless. When the water dried up, where would they go to enjoy the fun? Xiao Bao, think of a way. If the people in the prefecture take the credit and only give County Magistrate Ching a little, won't we have no credit at all? Wang Wan nudged Zhang Xiaobao. Okay, think of a way. This kind of thing is actually not that difficult. Ask Erniu to come here. Zhang Xiaobao saw that Wang Wan wanted him to solve this problem, so he had to put the matter of the restaurant aside for the time being. Erniu led 2 people. After a few days of hard work, they finally finished all the stones. Except for the one that Zhang Xiaobao deliberately left behind, there wasn't a single complete stone left. He didn't have anything to do these 2 days, so he helped make the sauce at home. Just as he finished making the sauce base, someone came to find him, saying that the young master had something to do. Erniu didn't dare to delay, so he put down the work in his hands and hurried to Zhuangzi. After being instructed by Zhang Xiaobao, he came out again and disappeared from the sight of the villagers. After dealing with this matter, Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan went to Cherry's place. Yesterday a chicken laid eggs. Today it seemed that more chickens would lay eggs. The eggs that had just hatched were still small, so they couldn't be used to hatch them. These eggs could be sold for money. Originally they should be put in the market here, but everyone was busy and didn't have time to go to the market. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan wanted to see if the eggs were really small. If they were really small, they could be temporarily used for other business. Cherry's was now in a separate courtyard, which was full of chicken coops. Cherry's didn't care about trivial matters. The chores were done by other people. Before Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan walked in, they heard a chaotic sound from outside. It was the kind of sound that came after eggs were laid. It seemed that there were many chickens laying eggs today. Standing outside the courtyard, the smell wasn't as strong as imagined, but Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan still frowned at the same time. They felt that this hygiene was a bit difficult to handle. Young master, young lady, why are you here? The smell here is strong. Go back quickly. What if you get smelly? When Cherry's was checking the eggs, a gatekeeper came to report to her that the young master and his wife were here. She quickly put down the work in her hands and came out to persuade Zhang Xiaobao and his wife to go back. It's okay, Cherry's. Did you get the cesspool that I specially asked you to get? Why is there still a little smell? Zhang Xiaobao waved his hand indifferently and asked Cherry's. It's built, it's all built. Well, according to young master's instructions, we wash it with water every day. But the chickens always need to eat, so they have to be discharged. There's no good way. Cherry's also didn't know what to do. With so many chickens, it was a mess to manage. Not to mention the inside of the chicken coops. Even when they were outside, there were more than 6,000 chickens. Eating and pooping along the way, there was chicken feces everywhere. Now she didn't know where to put it. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan also began to think of a way. More than 6,000 chickens, normally speaking, wasn't too many. Why was it so difficult to get? Can't we use sand to pave the ground? Wang Wan thought of something first. It can be done, but the problem is where to put them. We can't keep them in the chicken coops all day. Where should we put them? Zhang Xiaobao felt that it was a good choice to pave the ground with sand, but he was worried about where to put them. Wang Wan thought about it again, and her eyes lit up. She said, "Why don't we put them on the mountain? cut the wings of the chickens, choose a good place on the mountain, and surround it with a fish net. I used to see how they raised stupid chickens like this. And it's settled. Cherries, buy some fish nets in a while and enclose a large area on the mountain. Send the chickens there during the day and bring them back at night. If it doesn't work, just directly build some chicken coops there. Cherries nodded and noted it down. This was indeed a good idea. Zhang Xiaobao also said at this time. Also, go buy some lime and sprinkle some on the mountain every day. This way the chickens won't get sick easily. Bring a few eggs over and let's see. Cherries also noted this point down. She turned back and brought a basin with some eggs in it. It's really small. There are at least 11 of these eggs per gene. Good. After 2 days, when we have more eggs, we'll arrange for people to go to the county to see. Wang Wan looked at the small eggs that still had blood on them and nodded with satisfaction. Cherries didn't know what the young lady and young master wanted to do with these eggs. Usually, no one was willing to buy such small eggs. There were so many of them per gene, and just the shell alone took up a lot of weight. She originally planned to make these small eggs salted and sell them at a cheaper price in the market. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan didn't explain to Cherries. After they finished looking, they went elsewhere. This year, not only did they have to raise chickens, but they also had to let the farmers raise more pigs. The lotus flowers in the pond were planted, and the fish were also put in. They all bought the 3-inch fish. If they were too small, they would be eaten by the ducks and geese. When the pigs were raised, the feces could be used to feed the fish. At the end of the year, the fish would be fished out. After cleaning the bottom would become the fertilizer for the next spring plowing. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan didn't understand the matter of catching pigs, so they had to let the farmers figure it out by themselves. When they needed money, the owners would pay first. When they killed the pigs and sold them for money during the new year, in addition to the owner's capital, they would also pay some interest. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan didn't refuse, but they lowered the interest very low. When the two of them passed by the small river in front of the courtyard, they found that the water level had dropped again. This time, the two of them became nervous and didn't have time to think about anything else. They found people to continue digging the pond, and even destroyed a piece of land. A few days later, in the county town of Sanshui County, a few women and children appeared on the streets with a small cart. They looked for places with a lot of people and didn't block the shops behind them. They stopped the cart, got the underlings to start a fire, and began to hawk their wares. Jianbing fruit, 2 copper coins for 1 jianbing fruit. Buying soybeans and charcoal. This kind of hawking began to appear in Sanshui County town, and there were so many of them. This made the common people curious. What were these things? It seemed to be food, and the price wasn't expensive. Those who had spare money on them took out their money to buy one to try. The woman first scooped a spoonful of noodle soup and poured it on top of a jianbing fruit. She swept it with a small bamboo slice, and a jianbing fruit came out. Then she cracked an egg on top, flipped it over, and smeared the chili sauce on top. She put 2 youtiao inside, rolled it up, and wrapped it in a piece of oil paper. Even if it was ready, she could add some more for those who were willing to eat chopped green onions and coriander. That person received it in his hand, and it was still warm. He took a bite, and it was crispy, spicy, salty, and sweet. All kinds of flavors were in his mouth. After a while he finished it and still wanted more. He asked for another one. Since someone started, the others also bought one to try something new. In the end, all the noodles and eggs on the small cart were sold. Other than money, they also exchanged a lot of charcoal and soybeans. The women were overjoyed. They had actually earned more than 20 copper coins in one day. The charcoal they collected could be used to light the stove when they continued to sell pancakes the next day. As for the soybeans, they had collected enough to send to a warehouse beside the yamen. The rest of the money was theirs. County Magistrate Cheng was also paying attention to this matter today. He casually stopped a person selling jianbing fruit and asked him a few questions. After asking clearly, he let the person go. He then said to the deputy county magistrate beside him, "Zhongjia Zhuangzi has done us a big favor this time. These women usually don't have much work to do at home. Now that they have an additional income, the county's tax revenue will be increased by a lot." Milord is right. The chickens in their farmstead have just laid eggs, and they are all small eggs. It is the most cost-effective to sell them. When the commoners live better lives, there will be fewer troubles. The Zhang family's farmstead has also made a lot of profit this time. To sell pancakes we have to use that thing called youtiao. If we want youtiao we have to buy vegetable oil from them. We also have to buy eggs from them. With the harvested soybeans, we have to pay back the money for the carts and pots bit by bit. After we pay back the money we have to repay the debt. The deputy county magistrate also praised. This ability was not ordinary. It seemed that they had given away the profits, but in fact, they had found a bunch of people to help Zhuangzi earn money. As long as they sold Jianbing fruit and made money, Zhuangzi would also make money. The more people there were, the more money Zhuangzi would make. It's good to make money, and it also helped us solve a lot of problems. This year's tax revenue is much higher than previous years. I don't believe that the higher-ups will be able to take away this credit. As they were talking, County Magistrate Tang talked about the credit. The people in the province had already spread the manufacturing method of the curved plow to the entire province. They also reported to the higher-ups and returned the 2 official orders sent by Sanshui County to them. They asked them to rewrite them. Although they did not say why they had to rewrite them, the county magistrate and the chief registrar knew that it was to give credit to the higher-ups. The people in the county did not want to give credit. This kind of credit would be gone if they were given credit. Therefore this matter was delayed, and the higher-ups were not in a hurry. "Milord, don't worry. Those in the imperial court will naturally know. The people in the province can't hide it even if they want to. When the imperial court sends people down we will tell them." The deputy county magistrate comforted County Magistrate Cheng. He said it casually, but he knew in his heart that this matter was not so simple. Chapter 81. Ku 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 Ku. On a mountain behind Zhongjia Zhuangzi, Cherries and a few people were calling the chickens to come over and eat. Cherries found that since the chickens were moved to the mountain, they needed less food every day. Some of the chickens could find food anywhere on the mountain. What's more, some unlucky insects would be accidentally eaten by the chickens. The chickens grew better than before. Thinking of this, Ying Tao admired the young master and the young lady once again. Even though she had admired them for a long time, she still admired them for saving food. Another thing was that the young master and the young lady actually sold the small eggs at a higher price than the big eggs. They would buy at least 50 jin of eggs each time, which would cost the buyer 12 copper coins more. The most important thing was that people would rush to buy at such a high price. Their ability to make money was really amazing. It seemed that there was nothing in the world that the young master and his wife couldn't do. The more Cherries thought about it, the happier she was, especially now that she was in charge of so many chickens. The young master said that each place would keep the accounts separately. At the end of the year, whoever earned more would get more rewards. The most important thing was not the rewards, but the young master said that whoever got more rewards would be more capable. In the future, the young master could give more important things to this person to do. As long as she worked hard to raise the chickens, the young master and his wife Cuckoo would arrange to sell them. At that time she would definitely be better than others. Who said that girls were inferior to boys? Parents always praised the younger brother. Let's see who they praised this time. Cherries thought about it and laughed. A girl beside her touched her curiously. "Sister Cherries, what are you laughing at?" I'm laughing. In the future, when the eggs are ready to be hatched, I'll hatch more and give them to the farmers in Zhuangzi. At that time, every family can live a good life and their children can grow white and fat. Cherries laughed again. Yes, they can live a good life. This is all because of Sister Cherries. The young master is really good at judging people. The people around him have so many things to do and they can do them well. The young master and his wife are really immortals. The girl said again. Don't always mention this. In fact, the young master and his wife also have times when they are worried. But every time they are worried, they can think of a good solution. In fact, we are all taught by the young master. It's the same who is with the young master. Ying Tao glared at the girl and modestly said. This young lady was also from the inner courtyard. If it was an outsider who said such things, Ying Tao would have investigated who leaked the information. The girl stuck out her tongue in fear. Sister Cherries, I swear that I will bury this matter in my heart and won't tell anyone. Without the young master and his wife, our good days will come to an end. We won't be able to find a master who is so good to us. Hurry up and feed the chickens. These chickens eat so much all day. When the time comes, we can kill them to eat. I heard the young master and his wife say that when we have more money, we will build a school so that the 2 children in Zhuangzi can read and write. Cherries poured down half a bucket of feed and thought about the future in Zhuangzi. The girl also nodded. Yes, it's very good now. They found 2 doctors who stayed in Zhuangzi. One specializes in treating people, and the other is in treating livestock. The day before yesterday I felt a little dizzy, so I went there and got a prescription. When I came back I drank it. I didn't spend a penny. They said it was the young master's money. Everyone in the inner courtyard is like this. The farmers seem to have to spend some money themselves. I heard from the housekeeper that the farmers don't need to spend money in the future, but they have to pay a part of the annual harvest. This part of the money is used to take care of everything. They will treat the sick, bury the dead, and even build houses in the future. Then you have to do things properly in the future. If you really make a mistake, others won't be able to protect you even if they want to. In a while, send these eggs to the warehouse and sell them to those people. Cherry said seriously as he carried the empty bucket back. Today's meal was more or less over. Qizhou Linyu County. People came and went on the streets. The restaurants and inns were very noisy. On this day, 3 people came here carrying a heavy thing and directly found a blacksmith shop. Shopkeeper, do you still care about carpentry? One of the 3 people asked. Yes, my son specializes in carpentry. Are the 3 of you going to make something? One of the blacksmiths stopped what he was doing and wiped away the sweat on his forehead with his hand and asked with a smile. Yes, make something like this for us. The 3 people said and took out the thing wrapped in cloth and showed it to the blacksmith. Is this a plow? Why have I never seen it before? The blacksmith was puzzled. No wonder the 3 people wanted carpentry. This plow was made of iron and wood. Yes, it is a plow. This plow is called a curved shaft plow. It was made by our Sanshui County magistrate. It works very fast and is several times faster than a normal plow. It is even faster when people pull it than when animals pull it. The plow is also very deep. I have 2 relatives here who bought one in Sanshui County and made another one here. In this way, 1 or 2 of my relatives have one. When I came here, I saw a lot of fields that haven't been plowed. Too slow. Sanshui County has already done it. Some of them have been plowed twice. Our county magistrate is awesome, right? The man continued talking. When he talked about the county magistrate, he straightened his back and raised his head as if the county magistrate was his father. Really? Which county magistrate is your county magistrate? He cares about this kind of thing. The blacksmith was attracted by the man's words. Thinking that he also had relatives whose fields hadn't been plowed, he thought he could make one for them. How can it be fake? Our county magistrate's surname is Cheng. His name is Ling Xiang, and his courtesy name is Anren. He is a good county magistrate. Let me tell you, in order to let us do the spring plowing well, the county magistrate doesn't eat or drink. The man didn't stop talking about the county magistrate. He started from the auspicious signs and then talked about the county magistrate sending food and oil to the poor people during the new year. Then he talked about the curved shaft plow. He perfected Song Jinggong's words and exaggerated them even more. As he talked, more and more people gathered around. The other 2 men who came with him were afraid that some people didn't hear everything, so they went to the side and talked to a group of people. As they talked, they made gestures and pushed the curved shaft plow in front of the crowd to let them have a good look. They also introduced the benefits of the plow over and over again. After the people around remembered it, they handed it to the blacksmith and said that they would come to pick it up at night. It was a total of 60 coins. They paid on the spot. After leaving the plow, the 3 of them each found a restaurant to eat. When they arrived at the restaurant, they joined in the crowd. After a few words, they began to talk about the curved shaft plow and talked about the county magistrate. They also pointed out which blacksmith shop was making it. After eating in the restaurant, they didn't waste any time and went to the tea house to drink tea. They didn't even drink the free tea in the restaurant. They drank the tea from the tea house set up by the roadside. The same words were said by the 3 of them again. However, before night fell, different versions of the story began to appear in Chizhou's Linyu County. Some said that the county magistrate of Sanshui County only came up with a plow after his hair turned white overnight. Some said that the county magistrate of Sanshui County was so thin that he was only skin and bones. He was so touched that he told the story in a dream. The story of the curved shaft plow was also amazing. Some said that a person could pull it faster than 2 oxen. Some said that as long as the plow was put on the ground, it could plow by itself. No matter which one it was, they all connected the plow with County Magistrate Cheng of Sanshui County. When the plow was mentioned, people would think of County Magistrate Cheng. When people talked about County Magistrate Cheng, people would talk about the curved shaft plow. When night fell, the 3 of them came to the blacksmith shop again. The blacksmith was already waiting there. He handed the plow to the 3 of them and watched them walk away. The blacksmith closed the door, pulled his son, and carried his 2 large curved shaft plow to his relative's house. The 3 of them didn't take the curved shaft plow to their relative's house. Instead, they turned around and left for the next county. The blacksmith and his son each sent the 2 plows to their relative's house. They also told their relative what they had heard during the day. When the relative heard it, he couldn't help it. He didn't care that it was already late and took the curved shaft plow to the fields. Some curious neighbors also followed behind. The blacksmith's son pulled at the front while the relative controlled the plow from behind. After walking a few steps, he got used to the plow's speed. The blacksmith's relative was very happy. On the way back, he asked people to send food and wine to his house. He said that he wanted to have a good drink with the blacksmith. The neighbors couldn't stay still. They wanted to share what they had seen with everyone they knew. Early the next morning, people who heard the news came to the blacksmith's relative's house. When they heard that they had gone to the fields early in the morning, they hurriedly went to the fields. When they arrived, they saw that there were already many people watching. There were even people who exclaimed from time to time. Just like this, a few days later, people in the counties around Sanshui County knew that there was a new type of plow called the curved shaft plow. They also knew that this plow was made by County Magistrate Cheng of Sanshui County. Many of the farmers in the counties who had late spring plowing began to make this type of plow. When the county magistrates of the counties saw that this plow had such a great effect, they also paid attention to it. Many memorials were sent to their superiors. When the people in the counties saw that this plow didn't belong to their county, they didn't want to fight for the credit. They also reported this situation to the capital. The officials of Feng County originally wanted to drag it out with County Magistrate Cheng until he couldn't hold on any longer and gave up the credit. They didn't expect that this matter would suddenly spread to the capital's land administration and the Ministry of Works. The officials of the 2 ministries even told each other, causing all the departments to know about this big matter. Chapter 82. The people of Feng Prefecture hated the people of the surrounding prefectures to the bone. They thought to themselves, "Why are you so troublesome? It's fine if you use the curved plow and submit a memorial, but don't say a lot of good things about the county magistrate of Sanshui County in your memorial. You even mention the auspicious signs and the gifts to the people of the county. When the auspicious signs were mentioned in Feng Prefecture, they only mentioned the auspicious signs of the prefecture, but the gifts on New Year's Eve were not mentioned at all. Now, the report from the higher-ups had already been sent to the prefecture. The wording was not harsh at all, but it was constantly scolding from all aspects. Why didn't Feng Prefecture report this kind of thing and let other prefectures report it? It was because the wording was not harsh that the people in the prefecture were afraid. If the wording was harsh, it meant that the higher-ups had a close relationship with you. This kind of bland questioning was the most frightening. If one did not do well, it was easy to lose one's position, or even be locked in prison to suffer. While everyone was busy with the spring plowing, the people in the prefecture were discussing how to deal with this matter. No one dared to continue suppressing the credit of the county magistrate of Sanshui County. In desperation, everyone discussed a solution. The sky was gloomy, as if it could fall at any time. The wind also cheered. At this time, the villagers in various places looked up at the sky, waiting for the rain to fall. The people of Sanshui County were the same. However, the sky was gloomy for a few hours, and in the afternoon the clouds disappeared and the wind stopped. When all the villagers saw this situation, their hearts sank. Today was the grain rain, which should be the time to sow seeds. If it didn't rain, who would dare to sow seeds? Especially some old people who knew how to look at the sky. Their eyes were full of panic. It's over, there won't be rain for a few days. County Magistrate Tang of Sanshui County was also sitting in the yamen, staring blankly at the sky. After a while, he turned his head and asked the person beside him, "Little Luo Shui, how's the water?" This time he finally called the person by his full name. "Sir, the water is very shallow. It hasn't rained for a few days, and the melted snow has already flowed away." The person beside him answered carefully, "It's over, hurry. Immediately send people to this official. This official wants to dig a well." County Magistrate Tang trembled as he stood up. He anxiously called for all the people in the yamen to come over and arrange for them to dig the well according to the surrounding areas. However, he was also worried that there would not be enough manpower as everyone was waiting to sow the seeds. After everyone left, County Magistrate Tang stood alone at the entrance of the yamen. From time to time, commoners would pass by and greet him. He was not in the mood to respond to them one by one. The commoners seemed to be able to understand the difficulty of the county magistrate. It had not rained for the past few days, even when it was Guyu. Furthermore, it seemed that there would not be any rain for the next few days. In the evening there was good news. However, this news was nothing to be happy about for County Magistrate Tang. The people from the state sent a token, which meant that they recognized his contribution and would report it to the imperial court. However, the reason why the state didn't report it before was because he didn't want people from the state to report it. "Sir, you don't have to share your credit with others anymore," said the deputy district magistrate. He wanted to cheer the district magistrate up. "Merit, merit, what merit is there left? If this drought is not handled properly, I will be at fault. Have all the people I sent returned? How is the situation?" County Magistrate Tang was listless. He sat on the chair and leaned his entire body against the back of the chair. Even so, he was still slipping down. Most of the people have returned. Chiang village is experiencing drought and the villagers are fighting for water. A few of them are injured and the water they snatched is barely enough to sow the grains. However, if it still doesn't rain in a few days, we will have to think of other solutions. Shiha village is still alright. There is still some water in the river that can last for half a month. Now they have blocked the river. However, Dongha village is finished. But news after news came out from the deputy district magistrate's mouth. Usually there was no water. When it was not used, there was always water. However, when it was used, they realized that there was not enough water at all. The places that had water could not last for long. Is there no good news? All of them are like this. Yes, there is one place that I haven't mentioned. Zhongjia Zhuangzi over at Tuqiao village. How is he doing over there? County Magistrate Chang suddenly remembered that the people over there had not returned yet. Sir, there is a river over there. However, that river is formed by the convergence of 4 small rivers. 3 of the rivers are not enough for the village, and they have diverted the river water away. The remaining river is usually waist deep and is completely useless. The main thing is that it has been like this for the past few years. It looks like a drought, but in fact, it will rain continuously before and after the grain rain. The people and we are all used to it. The deputy district magistrate sighed. Zhongjia Zhuangzi had given the yamen too many surprises. However, this time no one could escape. Reporting, sir, I am back. I am back from Zhongjia Zhuangzi. Just as the deputy district magistrate finished speaking, a voice came from outside the door. Following that, a person ran in. Looking at his travel-worn appearance, one could tell that he had rushed all the way. This person was carrying a large bag on his back. He didn't look heavy, but when he entered the courtyard and stopped, he couldn't say a word. He just stood there panting. If you're back, then so be it. Find a place to rest. What are you carrying? Asking for things from Zhongjia Zhuangzi again. It's fine if you want it during normal times, but they are also suffering from drought now. How can you? County Magistrate Chang was so angry that he couldn't finish his sentence. Your Excellency, we didn't take it. It's the things that they, Zhuangzi brought back to Your Excellency's yamen. Good stuff. Wood ears. 10 caddies. Dry. The yamen runner stammered. What? 10 caddies of dried wood ear? How dare you accept such a valuable thing? The drought is so bad. These wood ears can be exchanged for a lot of money. Digging a well requires money. Buying food from outside also requires money. Send them back. We can't accept these things. County Magistrate Cheng and Deputy District Magistrate were shocked. Where did Zhongjia Zhuangzi get so many dried wood ears? The yamen runner was still panting. He was anxious. In the end, he picked up the bowl of tea from the county magistrate's table and drank the tea in one gulp. He wiped his mouth and finally felt comfortable. He opened the bag and said, Your Excellency, these wood ears were planted by them. They said that they would bring them back to share with the people in the yamen. Originally, they wanted to give 20 caddies, but I didn't dare to accept it. I only brought back 10 caddies. After they are brewed, the people in the yamen will be able to share some and eat fresh. Planted. Wood ears can be planted. The county magistrate and deputy district magistrate were shocked again. They even stood up from their chairs. Both of them did not know how to locate Zhongjia Zhuangzi. Cucumbers could be grown in the winter. There was vegetable oil. They bought carrots that others did not want and made a lot of money. They also found a very simple method of turning brown sugar into white sugar and made chili sauce. A few days ago they had a curved shaft plow. Now they could even plant wood ears. Was there anything in this world that they could not do? Well, since they can plant wood ears, they have made a fortune again. Even if there is a drought, they are not afraid. How about his side? Did he not plant anything? County Magistrate Cheng was relieved. Wood ears were precious. If they wanted to eat them, they could go to the mountains or some trees to find them. They could also be found at the place where firewood was transported. This was money. Your Excellency, they have all been planted. Zhongjia Zhuangzi, Wang Zhuangzi and Gu Zhuangzi have all been planted. The Gu Zhuangzi borrowed water from the Zhang and Wang Zhuangzi. They have all been planted. Borrowed water. If the Gu family does not have water in Zhuangzi, could it be that the Zhang and Wang Zhuangzi have water? The county magistrate felt a little dizzy. At this time, the Zhang and Wang Zhuangzi did not have water. Even if they had water, how could they lend it to others? He suspected that the yamen runner was lying, so his face darkened. It's true, my lord. This lowly one doesn't dare to lie. You don't know, but the Zhang and Wang family's farmstead have dug 6 large ponds, and they are all filled with water. There are still some small streams in the small river, and they are all led to the 6 ponds. When this lowly one arrived, There were already 7 wells there, and 3 more were being dug. The Gu family's manor had just been dug up. The well water was sweet and cold. It was delicious. When I got there I drank 3 big bowls in one go, and the horse I was riding also drank it. The horse drank it too. Okay, stop talking nonsense. You said that there are 6 ponds full of water in Zhangjiazhuangzi, and there are 7 wells that have already been dug. County Magistrate Chang interrupted the yamen runner's useless words and found the key point to ask again. That's right, my lord. This lowly one saw it with his own eyes. There were even children from 3 farmsteads playing in the pond. There were more than 1,000 ducks and geese swimming in the pond. There were even people carrying water up the mountain. This lowly one even helped. There were more than 6,000 chickens laying eggs on the mountain, and the farmsteads even caught pigs. Other than that, I also saw grains moved from other places. Because they needed land during the spring plowing season, they moved the grains to the 2 main families of Zhuangzi. There were open spaces there, and each one was like a mountain. That was why I dared to bring back 10 catties of wood ear. I know that they are not poor. The yamen runner's eyes lit up when he talked about Zhangjiazhuangzi. He explained everything from the beginning to the end of the Zhuangzi and pointed to the 10 catties of wood ear. County Magistrate Cheng and Deputy County Magistrate Zhang Mingxing sat back in their chairs. To be exact, they fell back. 2 pairs of eyes stared straight at the wood ear. Suddenly they said at the same time, "If I had known, I would have brought back 20 catties of wood ear. Your Excellency, if you really want it, I will go again. I am not afraid of being tired. I will change to another horse." The yamen runner was also an honest person. He turned to leave after saying that. "Stop, are you crazy from being poor? Do you have any shame? They gave it to you. What are you doing asking for it? This Zhangjiazhuangzi is evil. They raised so many things. They dug 6 big ponds and 7 wells in advance. No wonder the Gu family wanted to borrow water from them. Gu Yingxi is considered to have a good neighbor. A few days ago he was playing tricks behind their backs. In the end, he did not do anything to them. The people of Zhangjiazhuangzi knew about it, and they even lent water to Gu family. If he becomes an official, he will be a good official who brings good fortune to the people. County Magistrate Chang stopped the yamen runner and evaluated him. Your Excellency is also a good official. The Deputy County Magistrate said. Chapter 83. Many people were unprepared for the drought. In Sanshui County, only a few villages were still holding on. These villages were all next to larger tributary rivers. The only one that survived without being next to a large tributary river was Tuqiao village. It's really a drought. I don't know what I'm feeling at this time. I don't want a drought or locusts. That way the people can live a better life. But I hope that the drought and locusts will be more serious. That way, the chickens, ducks, and geese we raise at home will be put to good use. We can also send the prepared food over. Your family's Baihu village can be saved, or even improved. Don't you think it's very contradictory? I mainly can't bear to see people fleeing with their families. That right, Prime Minister, you mentioned, he cured the locusts in the end, right? Then are the animals we raise still useful? Wang Wan stood by the river and said to Zhang Xiaobao next to her. The river in front of them had long run out of water. It couldn't be said that there was no water. There were locusts swimming back and forth in the river. The whole river was full of puddles. Never study human nature. Just do as you think. Otherwise you will find that in the end, you will only feel that life is meaningless. Then you will commit suicide. If suicide is successful, then there will be no future. If suicide is not successful, then you will be like me, no longer studying. The meaning of life is to choose. Only those who have the opportunity to choose are happy people. Zhang Xiaobao pulled the slingshot in his hand and released it. A locust fish was knocked over. Its body twisted a few times and then stopped moving. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan's slingshots were made by others. After it was done, they used a lot of strength to rework it based on the principle of leverage. The power was much stronger. Look, the loach is dead, and the other loaches around it can't do anything. I don't know if they would have saved their own kind when they found out they were in danger. After all, I'm not a loach. But I know that this loach told its companions before it died. Otherwise, the other loaches wouldn't have tried so hard to burrow into the ground. We are actually equivalent to a loach, but we are also higher than a loach. At the very least, we are giving water to the Zhuangzi of the Gu family. At the very least, you can sacrifice yourself when you make the choice and live up to your title. At the very least, I can risk my life in exchange. When I made the choice, I didn't think much. I made the choice, so I feel that I am lucky. So today I'm still making a choice. I've chosen my family. So let the drought come, let the locusts come. I'm ready. For my family, for my family. Why do I feel like what you said today doesn't sound like you? You should always maintain that kind of calmness. Even when exchanging hostages, you still have a smile on your face. Wang Wan tilted her head and looked at Zhang Xiaobao. Is it the truth or a lie? Let's listen to the lie first. Wang Wan smiled. I want to comfort you and tell you not to think so much, so I'm going to argue more. What about the truth? I'm the same as you. I'm also conflicted. I'm waiting for others to be sad so that I can find an opportunity. This is the determination I made when I came here and heard Grandpa's words. I'm also struggling. Is the happiness of a few people more important, or the happiness of hundreds of thousands or even millions of people more important? But one person is also one of these people. Dictatorship or truth? Bruno was burned to death. When Zhang Xiaobao said these words, his brows were constantly frowning. Wang Wan was also thinking about this kind of too profound thing. Little Gongzi, I caught a fish. I'll make soup for you. At this time, a child who was playing in the water ran over. He tried to hold a fish with both hands. The fish was still swaying, trying to break free. Thank you. Zhang Xiaobao opened his eyes and looked at the child in front of him who was 6 or 7 years older than him. Little Gongzi, what did you say? The child was stunned for a moment. He put the fish on a straw stick by the shore and put it on the ground. Nothing. You go and play. Zhang Xiaobao smiled. Okay, I'm going to play. Little Gongzi, this fish has a lot of bones. You and Cuckoo have to be careful when you eat. The child ran to the pond again and turned back to tell the fish had a lot of bones. Understand. I'll be good to whoever is good to me. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan said in unison. You don't need to say any more. I know all these, but I can't do that. How can I deliberately hurt people who are good to me? In the courtyard of the Gu family's main house in Zhuangzi, Gu Yingxi said to the housekeeper who was persuading him. Housekeeper Gu found that the rice of the Zhang family and the Wang family was not inserted into the ground. Instead, they were casually thrown into the ground. He felt that if he planted them like this, the harvest would be poor, so he asked the head of the family, Gu Yingxi, to report it to the yamen. At first, Gu Yingxi tried to persuade the housekeeper, but in the end, he became impatient and said what he thought. Yes, the other party gave him the water. Last time he tried to hurt the other party but failed. County Magistrate Cheng had a good relationship with the Zhang family, so how could the other party not know? But at the critical moment before he could say anything, the other party said, "It's just water. Take it and use it." The other party said it casually and gave him the water casually, but Gu Yingxi knew that the other party didn't give him water, but a life. At this time, he didn't want to make trouble for the other party. Even if he wanted to, he didn't dare to. If the villagers of Gujia village knew about this, what would the consequences be? Master, I think this is the last chance. If you miss it this time, you won't have another chance in the future. Those two Zhuangzi are evil. It's not impossible to make a Zhuangzi good, but it won't be so fast. How long has it been? Look at the life on Zhuangzi, it seems to change every day. I'm guessing that there must be a monstrous expert behind them. If we don't act now, our manor will be finished. Old master, think about it carefully, don't you agree? The steward was still trying to persuade him. Bullsh*t, what future? If they want to destroy Gujia village, do they need a future? It's fine as long as the water is cut off. Do you dare to steal the water? They have already put the water into the pond, but the river doesn't flow past Zhuangzi. It flows directly into the river under the bridge. Tell me, do you dare to bring people to steal the water? If you dare, I will go to the prefecture and report him. Tell me, do you dare? Gu Yingxi stared into housekeeper Ji's eyes and asked, Master, I don't dare. He has 2 people from Zhuangzi. We only have 1 Zhuangzi. We are much worse. Housekeeper Gu shook his head. Then I will find you some people who are similar to them. Do you dare? Gu Yingxi asked again. Housekeeper Gu shook his head again. This time he shook his head even more. I don't dare. We can't beat those 2 people from Zhuangzi. Those villagers have long worshipped the master like a god. Our people's hearts are about to fall apart. Not to mention other things, as long as those villagers wear the same clothes as the 15th day of the first month and stand there, our villagers won't dare to take a step forward. That's right. Those 2 people from Zhuangzi are on the same boat. On the 15th day, the master made so many torches. Didn't they say that they want to light up the night sky? The county magistrate is one of their people, and the villagers are loyal. You want me to report him? Am I looking for death? Do you think you can just go to the prefecture? What kind of person is Zhou Shihu? His uncle is a 6th-rank official in the prefecture. He helps the provincial governor deal with things. I don't understand. Why do you have to treat him as an opponent? Why do you want him to collapse? You were the one who came up with the idea last time. What happened in the end? Now that you know there is a master in charge, don't find trouble with him. Gu Yingxi really had no other choice. He could only use this method to dispel the housekeeper's jealousy. He already felt that the other party had never treated him as an opponent. They were not even on the same level. Not to mention other things, just look at Sigo in the past and look at the current Sigo. He really chose people accurately. He didn't find anything good about Sigo in the past. He sold him for 1 tael of silver. Now, even if he had 1,000 taels of silver, he still wouldn't be able to buy him back. He wanted to buy people, but the other party changed his heart. He gave away 100 taels of silver just like that. Gu Yingxi didn't dare to think about it anymore. He said to the housekeeper, Let's go. Come with me. Master, where are you going? The housekeeper asked doubtfully. Where else can I go? Of course I am going to the Wang family's Zhuangzi. Put away your little thoughts. If it wasn't for the fact that several generations of your family have been the housekeepers of Zhuangzi, I would really suspect that you want to destroy Zhuangzi. Look at the housekeepers of the Zhang family and Wang family. Look at the people in the inner courtyard. Gu Yingxi didn't dare to compare anymore. The Zhuangzi couldn't be compared to the other party. The housekeeper was also the same. He, as the master of the house, was not much better. Housekeeper Gu was also afraid now. He was afraid that if he was kicked out by the master, not only would he lose his position, but he would also be angered to death by his father. Then, Master, what are we going to do? Nothing. We can just chat. I remember that last time they asked me to set up the market together. Today we will go and take a look. If they still agree, then the Gu family will also be part of it. I just realized that as long as we follow them, there will be no problems. Those 6 ponds were built before the drought. Also, the wells were dug long ago. I am now wondering if the person behind those 2 Zhuangzi is Zhuge Zai. Gu Yingxi said helplessly as he stood up and walked out. The 2 of them crossed the bridge and arrived at the Wang family's Zhuangzi. Housekeeper Wang appeared again as if he knew they were coming. Village Mayor Gu, Housekeeper Gu, the 2 of you are here. Did something happen to the water? Housekeeper Wang asked sincerely. No, I am asking if the market can still be added to it. Housekeeper Gu said. This can't be, but there is another market that can be operated jointly with the Gu family. Housekeeper Wang first refused, then changed the topic and proposed a new matter. Chapter 84. Gu Yingxi and Steward Gu were shocked when they heard Steward Wang's words. They thought that they would never get another chance. Who knew that Steward Wang would say that there were other aspects? What aspects? Steward Gu asked anxiously. This made Gu Yingxi disappointed once again. There was no comparison between two housekeepers. Housekeeper Wang didn't seem to be like this in the past. Why did he seem to have become a different person in just a few months? Gu Yingxi did not know that this was because of economic power. Back then, the Zhang family, Wang family, and Gu family were about the same, so they all stood in the same position. Now it was different. Zhang family and Wang family were rich, so of course their attitude would change. Steward Wang did not care about the Gu family's urgent question. He slowly said, "There is a river between our two families. The downstream of the river suddenly becomes flat. The main family of Zhang family and Wang family wants to build a restaurant there. It will have 2 floors and it will be empty inside so you can see the water. We will find some people to drink and write poems there. If the Gu family is interested in joining, then pay a share. When the time comes we will earn a share. It is just right that there is a drought now, so it will be easier to build a restaurant. What if we lose money?" Steward Gu was straightforward. Without waiting for Steward Wang to speak, Gu Yingxi said, "Of course we will lose money together. Steward Wang, I don't know when the restaurant will be built. When the time comes you must include my share." Gu Yingxi finally did not dare to go against Zhang family and Wang family. Now that there was an opportunity, he felt that even if he did not make money or even lost a little, it would be worth it if he could build a relationship with the two Zhuangzi. "Okay, don't worry. When the spring plowing is over, when the construction starts, we will not leave the Gu family behind. After all, it is safer for the 3 families to work together." Steward Wang's answer was very appropriate. After that, he saw that the 2 people had no intention of leaving, so he continued to invite them. "Village Mayor Gu, Steward Gu, why don't you go to the pond over there to take a look? I don't know how long this drought will last." "That's good." Gu Yingxi agreed without even thinking about it. He really wanted to go and take a look. After all, the water from the Zhang family and Wang family was carried in large wooden buckets or jars. He would be worried if he didn't take a look. It would be best if the buckets were always full. That way, even if there was still a drought in summer and autumn, he wouldn't have to worry. The 3 of them walked towards a pond. Along the way, they saw Gu family's Zhuangzi farmers transporting water. Not only water for watering the fields, but also water for cooking. The well in Gu family's Zhuangzi had not been dug yet. Standing beside a pond, Gu Yingxi finally felt relieved. The pond was still full. Although there was less water in the river, it was still flowing. When there was no more water, they would have to rely on the well water. After chatting for a while, Gu Yingxi said goodbye to Steward Gu and left. He had put down his worries. This time there was a partnership. He thought that if anything happened in the future, the Zhang family and the Wang family would think about him. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan were still standing by the river and watching the farmers busying themselves. The 2 of them realized that the number of loach fish in the river was extraordinary. If there were only 1 or 2 loach fish, it would be fine. But with so many loach fish, if they didn't catch them to eat, they would probably die in the mud. It was really a pity. How do we catch them? Wang Wan looked eager to try. "Let others help catch them. Watch me." Zhang Xiaobao looked at the children playing in the pond and shouted loudly, "Come over here. It's time to catch loach." A child's voice had a strong penetrating power. As soon as he shouted, those children climbed out of the pond one after another and ran over. "Help me catch loach. I'll use tofu in exchange. 10 loach for 1 big piece of tofu. When we get home you can eat loach drill tofu. Catch 20 loach and I'll exchange it for 1 tael of vegetable oil. Now everything is ready. Do you want to do it?" At this time, Zhang Xiaobao abandoned his identity as a young master and started to discuss with the children. The children originally had nothing to do, so they all went to play in the water. When they heard that they could exchange for so many things, one by one they all jumped into the river. They didn't care that the mud was already up to their calves. One by one they grabbed the mud and threw it out one by one. Those who threw it counted by themselves. At this time no one lied and cheated. From time to time a child would jump out of the mud, shouting as he used his hands to slap his leg. There was a leech biting on his leg, and after a few slaps, the leech would shrink out of the person's body and curl up into a ball. Some of the children were very vengeful. They found a small wooden stick and rubbed the leech twice on the ground. Then they used the stick to poke the leech's head. The whole leech would flip from the inside out. Then they stuck the stick on the shore and let the sun dry it. When it dried, the leech would die. It wouldn't live even if it was put in the water. So this is how they kill leeches. Wang Wan looked at the increasing number of sticks on the shore. She felt that these children were too fierce. She wasn't afraid, but she never did such things. Yes, this is considered slow. In the past, I would catch leeches and put them on the railway. Once the train passed, nothing would be left. If I didn't put the leeches, I would find a nail and put it there. When the train passed, the nail would become Xiaobao's sword. Zhang Xiaobao recalled the days when he was a vagrant. Back then, he followed the other children and learned many things. Actually, if you sprinkle some salt, the leeches will naturally shrink together. Wang Wan felt that this method of slapping would hurt the children. She wanted Zhang Xiaobao to call someone back to get the salt. Zhang Xiaobao didn't move at all. Even if you bring the salt, they will still use their hands to slap the leeches. It's not that the salt is expensive, but they feel that hitting the leeches with their hands is the most reliable method. This is the attacking consciousness. It can also be placed together with the controlling consciousness. For example, Wang Wan asked, children like to play with guns since young. If they don't have a gun, they will play with it. If they put a gun and a knife together, most children will choose the gun. Guns give them a sense of security and can be used to attack from a distance. It's the same for remote-controlled cars. There are some that have wires and some that are wireless. Most of them choose the wireless. Even if the wires can be 100 meters long, the wireless control range is 50 meters. This is because the wireless control is more flexible and there are no worries. This is the safest way. And this sense of security is controlled by the person playing with it. They can attack and retreat as they wish. Zhang Xiaobao gave an example. Understand now. For example, when I was in school, the boys liked to play the road and the sea game. They drew two big traps together. The innermost one is the land, the middle one is the sea, and the outer one is the sky. They would play rock, paper, scissors to choose. Many children would choose the sky. The last one they want to choose is the sea. It's like that. I remember the last time we had people patrolling in the middle of the night and lighting up lights. But I feel that it's not enough. When there are more servants in the future, I want to divide them into open sentries, hidden sentries, fixed sentries, and mobile sentries. That way, the whole of Zhuangzi will be safer. Those who sleep better and those who keep watch better. Wang Wan talked about the future security work. At this time, the children were almost done catching. They climbed up one after another and used branches to string up the loaches that everyone had thrown on the shore. They placed them in front of Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan. Everyone began to report how many loaches they had caught. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan didn't count them. They directly asked people to go back and get tofu and vegetable oil. With so many loaches, they could make several dishes that could last for 2 to 3 days. After the children exchanged for the items, they happily ran back to their own homes. They put the items away and came back again. This time, they jumped into the water again to eat the loaches and tofu for their own home. Wang Wan and Zhang Xiaobao also began to walk back. Naturally, there were people helping to carry the loaches. Even if the two of them could carry them, others wouldn't let them. As soon as the two of them entered the courtyard, they saw Song Jinggong, who wasn't supposed to come back today, waiting there. Little young master, it's not good. Someone is buying a lot of soybeans. After I got my share from Zhou Shihu today, I wanted to buy some soybeans. But when I went to a few grain stores, they said that they were all sold out. I didn't believe it and went to take a look. The shop assistant told me that some people came to the store and directly asked how many soybeans there were. As long as there were soybeans, no matter how much they were, they would buy them all. I walked around for half a day and didn't buy a jean of soybeans. Our vegetable oil depends on soybeans. Now, all the soybeans in the county have probably been bought by those people. They are waiting for the next shipment. Then the price won't be as low as it is now. I think that someone has found out that our vegetable oil is made from soybeans. As soon as Song Jinggong saw Zhang Xiaobao, he said the matter with an anxious expression. Zhang Xiaobao thought for a while and said, "The vegetable oil has a kind of bean smell. If we keep buying soybeans, people will understand. I think these people are targeting us. But we have already stopped selling the vegetable oil. Why did those people only start now? Is it because of the drought? Maybe. They want to stockpile the soybeans and wait for the price of soybeans to rise. Then they will find us to sell them. That way they will make a lot of money. But I always feel that this matter is not so simple." Intuition. Wang Wan helped to analyze. What have we done recently? Don't be in a hurry. Let's go back to the house and make a list. Let's see our main income and new output during this period. We will make a judgment when the time comes. Zhang Xiaobao couldn't figure out what those people were thinking. If they want to buy soybeans, then so be it. At most, they won't sell soybean oil. They don't know how to make soybean oil with soybeans. Generally, rapeseed oil is made from frying, and so is meat oil. Song Jinggong went to find a place to rest. Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan went back to the house and began to calculate the main source of income during this period. After calculating, they found that there wasn't much difference from before. Then what was left was the new output. Chapter 85. Xiaobao, I've checked. Our old businesses haven't changed at all recently. From this, I'm guessing that the new businesses have affected others. So now there are only 3 new businesses. The Tsuyuan Plow is new, but it's not under our management, so we exclude it. The fungus is not in business yet, so we exclude it. Eggs, the hens have just laid eggs, and there are quite a lot of new eggs. Now they are all sold to the people we have supported. At the same time, the people selling the pancakes are also helping us to buy soybeans. I estimate that our egg business is in conflict with other people's egg business. They may have estimated the number of hens we have by looking at the number of eggs and feel that we are a threat to them. So, they are buying soybeans and destroying one of our businesses as a warning. It is also in line with the current profit plan of the drought. At this time, Wang Wan no longer looked like a child. She stood there with her chest out and her eyes shining. Even the tone of her voice was different. Zhang Xiaobao looked at Wang Wan with admiration and nodded. This is the temperament of a major case-handling department. China's overlord flower should have. Precise and capable. I'm talking to you about serious matters. Be more serious. Wang Wan's eyes widened. When she saw Zhang Xiaobao's childish appearance, she suddenly laughed. She walked up to Zhang Xiaobao and reached out to pinch his face, moving it up and down, left and right. Why do you look so funny? Now it's your turn. I'm done with my analysis. Hurry up, they're bullying us. Let me see how international swindlers play. Hearing Wang Wan's words, Zhang Xiaobao raised his arm to wipe off the saliva on the corner of his mouth that was pinched by Wang Wan. He used his head to break free from Wang Wan's hand and smiled contemptuously. Buying soybeans. But I guess it is useless even if I send people to other counties to buy soybeans. These people are killing 2 birds with 1 stone. The price of soybeans will increase during the drought, and they can also destroy one of our businesses. Don't they have money? I'll ask him to buy it. Pomegranate, come in. I have something for you to do. Young master, are you looking for me? Pomegranate heard Zhang Xiaobao calling from behind. She came in from outside and waited for instructions. Well, I'll teach you how to make something delicious. Some people call it liangpi, while others call it mianpi. To call it liangpi. Mianpi is too easy to guess. You can tell at a glance that it's made of noodles. Noodles are good. Not only can you make liangpi, But you can also make starch without further processing. Who said that only corn and sweet potatoes can make starch? Zhang Xiaobao pointed a finger at his own face and said with a smile. Those who knew him before knew that Zhang Xiaobao was terrifying at this time. Someone was definitely going to be unlucky, and it was not a simple kind of unlucky. Things went wrong, that person would die. Pomegranate did not know that Zhang Xiaobao had this habit. She only felt that the young master now looked better. He could dress up a little and be treated like a girl. Young master, tell me what to do. I don't need to take care of the black fungus often. I just need to look at it a few times a day. How do you make liangpi? Well, I'll tell you what to do. Take 5 kilograms of white flour, a few big empty basins, and a few buckets of water. Erniu is back, right? Call him over for me. Zhang Xiaobao's finger kept pointing at his face as he spoke. Pomegranate resisted the urge to kiss the young master and turned around to leave. After a while, everything was prepared. Erniu also came in at this time. Young master, you called for me. Yes. Do you still have the chili pepper seedlings? Xiaobao asked. Young master, last year's chili pepper seedlings are gone. This year's chili pepper seedlings are already out. Everyone is busy with the spring plowing. Only a few children helped me pick some. Young master, do you want this thing? Erniu quickly said. Yes, when you go back, use vegetable oil to fry the chili pepper seedlings for me. Once the chili pepper seedlings are fried, throw some more into the oil and fry them. When you taste the oil and feel that it's spicy enough to drink water, stop. First, fry 20 liters of oil for me. Zhang Xiaobao instructed Erniu. Erniu nodded and turned around to leave. He still had to pick more chili pepper seedlings. Otherwise it would not be enough. Zhang Xiaobao looked at Pomegranate, who was waiting there. Knead the flour into dough. This is the first step. Pomegranate did not ask more. She poured some water and began to knead the dough. After a while the dough was done. Zhang Xiaobao nodded and said, Now let's go and see the wood ear. Last time we picked 30 catties. We had to give 20 catties to the yamen, but they asked for 10 catties. How many do we have now? Still the same. The new wood ear hasn't grown yet. Will take a few more days. This time we have more. I estimate that we can produce more than 300 catties at a time. Pomegranate was happy when she mentioned the wood ear. She did not expect that such a precious wood ear would be grown by her own hands. Unfortunately, she could not tell others how she grew it. This secret was only known by 3 people until now. So many. Okay, fry some for dinner. Add carrots and stir-fry meat slices. It's a pity that we don't have fresh cucumbers. Let's get some dried cucumbers and soak them in. Zhang Xiaobao smacked his lips. He was hungry. He had not eaten any wood ear until now. Wang Wan also nodded. The 3 of them went to the place where the wood ear was planted to look. It was not bad. Some wood ear had grown on the wood, but they were too small. They would be ready in 2 days. This thing grew quickly. After walking around outside, the 3 of them returned to the house. This time the dough was much better than before. Put water in this basin and then knead. When the water turns white, stop. Zhang Xiaobao instructed Pomegranate to carry out the next step. Pomegranate did not understand why the dough was so good. She did not think about it. She took the water and did as Zhang Xiaobao said. After kneading this time, she changed the water and continued kneading. After kneading a few times, the water no longer changed color. Then she stopped. Zhang Xiaobao continued to instruct Pomegranate to pour the water into a basin and put it in a place where no one could touch it. He began to deal with the rest of the things that could not be kneaded. He put them into the pot and steamed them. After steaming, he took them out. Wang Wan said first, "This is the gluten." "No. Where is the dough skin? You kneaded it until it is gone." "It's all in the water. You can get the starch out by drying it now. You can make vermicelli. I don't know the specific steps. Let's make the dough skin tomorrow morning." The night passed. The next morning, Pomegranate came over and poured away the top of the water in the basin, leaving the bottom. Then she took out a thin iron pan and began to pour the sticky stuff into it. After pouring a layer, she put it in the pot of boiling water. She took it out and put it in the cold water. She gently uncovered it and a sheet of liangpi came out. Pomegranate continued to work very quickly. When a pile of liangpi was done, Erniu also brought over 20 kilograms of chili oil. Erniu, don't go yet. Some together. You have never eaten this before. Zhang Xiaobao called out to Erniu, who was about to leave. He taught Pomegranate how to mix the liangpi. Vinegar, salt, garlic, chili oil, these were enough. In fact, Zhang Xiaobao liked to eat the kind with cold noodle soup. Add some sugar in mine. I don't like to eat things that are too sour. Add some coriander and cucumber. Forget it, we don't have any now. Wang Wan adjusted her taste. In less than 15 minutes, 4 servings of liangpi were done. Erniu had the most, Zhang Xiaobao and Wang Wan had the least. Zhang Xiaobao also added some sesame paste for Pomegranate. Pomegranate had always liked this. The 4 people began to eat. After a few mouthfuls, Erniu said first, "It's delicious. Little young master's food is really different. So spicy. Who asked you to put so much chili oil? You deserve it." Pomegranate was still thinking about Erniu, who put so much chili oil just now. If you have shredded cucumber, you can use fruits to cook the cold noodle soup. Even if it's spicy, you can drink the soup. In fact, the soup is also spicy. It's just that it's cold, so you can't feel it. The more spicy it is, the more you want to eat it. Zhang Xiaobao had a deep understanding of this. Wang Wan also nodded with half of the dough in her mouth. "Little young master, the dough doesn't need so much chili oil." Pomegranate reminded. "Who said that?" "Call Xiao Hong and cherries over tonight. The 3 of you will make 300 caddies of dough and send it to those who make Chinese crepes. Sell it for 3 copper coins per serving. Leave half for them and the rest for us. At the same time, let them exchange the dough for white flour." Zhang Xiaobao put down his chopsticks and stuck out his tongue. It was spicy, he said to Pomegranate. On the morning of the 3rd day, all the dough was ready. Zhang Xiaobao also cooked some cold noodle soup. In order to enhance the taste, he poured a bowl of yellow wine into each big bowl of cold noodle soup and asked someone to send it to Sanshui County. "What's your purpose for doing this?" Wang Wan still couldn't figure out what Zhang Xiaobao wanted to do. Of course, it's to have a new source of income. Can't they buy it? Do they want to buy it? If they do, I will make seafood and boiled rice. Do they want to buy rice? Zhang Xiaobao explained to Wang Wan. There was no need to say anything else. Wang Wan understood. Those people dared to buy soybeans at this time, but they definitely wouldn't dare to buy rice and white flour. They could choose not to eat soybeans, but rice, white flour, millet, and sorghum were staples. During a drought, if these people bought soybeans like that, the consequences. Let's do this first. If they don't want to buy it, I have other ways to make them lower the price of their soybeans. Unless they are willing to hold back their money. Holding back their money and circulating currency are different. Let's see how it works first. Zhang Xiaobao tapped his face with his finger again. In the afternoon, a new food appeared on the Chinese crepe stalls in Sanshui County. It was liangpi, which could be bought with money or exchanged with charcoal and white flour. This time there were still people who tried it. They spent 3 copper coins and bought a serving of liangpi. When they ate it, the first feeling was that it was cool and delicious. Then they felt that it was burning hot. They breathed out as they ate. Liangpi once again set off a buying frenzy. Chapter 86. After the fruit pancake, liangpi became popular again, but the supply of vegetable oil was stopped. "My lord, please try it. I just realized that eating the hot jianbing fruit and the refreshing liangpi together is so delicious. You can eat both for only 5 copper coins. So cheap. After eating both, you'll be full immediately." The yamen runner who often went to Zhangjia Zhuangzi was holding the steaming hot fruit pancake in one hand and a basin in the other. There was a deposit for the basin. If he didn't send it back, the deposit would be gone. He handed the basin to County Magistrate Cheng and praised it. Liangpi. When did this liangpi appear? Isn't it fruit pancake? What is it made of? It's even transparent. County Magistrate Cheng put down the brush in his hand and looked at the new thing. He asked curiously. He was no longer afraid of being investigated by the higher-ups for the drought. With so many places experiencing drought, it was impossible for humans to handle. Therefore, he wouldn't be punished by the higher-ups. Of course, he didn't say that. It was a provincial governor of a certain province who said that. If it were him, he wouldn't dare to say that. After all, he had the Zhang family and the Wang family. These two Zhuangzi couldn't be judged by common sense. Anything could happen there. What did he mean by impossible? It was because he didn't prepare well. Zhangjia Zhuangzi was also experiencing drought, but the other three Zhuangzi didn't have any delays. County Magistrate Cheng didn't know what the expert in Zhuangzi couldn't calculate. He could make money from all kinds of things. If the previous transactions were legitimate businesses, then what about fungus? Could fungus be planted? With this ability, he could probably plant a group of people just by burying one person. The most puzzling thing was, how did they know that there would be a drought? How did they prepare for it? If they had known before, they would have gone to ask that expert for advice. If they had prepared earlier, the county would not be in such a state. Sir, eat it while it's hot. Take a bite of the fruit pancake and a bite of the liangpi. I ate it like that just now. Unfortunately, I ate it in a hurry and can't eat it now. The Yamen runner saw that the county magistrate didn't respond and called out again. Oh, okay, I'll eat it. Sai, this liangpi is so delicious. If I add some cucumber, the taste. County Magistrate Cheng tasted a bite of the liangpi. It wasn't very spicy. He didn't know that it was slightly spicy. The Yamen runner smiled and said, Sir, you're right. The person who sold the liangpi also said that the people in Zhuangzi were thinking the same. They don't have any cucumber now. Just now, I met the person who gave the liangpi to Zhangjia Zhuangzi. He said that there aren't many vegetables left in Zhuangzi. Other than radishes, carrots, and garlic sprouts, there are only fungus left. They have been eating fungus for the past 2 days. County Magistrate Cheng looked at the Yamen runner's expression and knew what he was thinking. He said, Zhangjia Zhuangzi will be your place in the future. Don't always treat Zhangjia Zhuangzi the same way you treat normal Zhuangzi. It's different there. There's probably only one such person in the whole Tang Empire. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say what you shouldn't say and ask what you shouldn't ask, understand? Understood. Don't listen to what you shouldn't hear. Understand. The master behind the Zhang family's farmstead, a powerful figure, can kill me as easily as killing an ant. Moreover, I don't even know who killed me. The Yamen runner understood the situation and made a promise. It's not that scary. You don't even know who killed him. You should keep an eye on the other Yamen runners. I don't care if there are 1 or 2 more people in prison. County Magistrate Cheng decided to protect Zhangjia Zhuangzi. He felt that Zhuangzi was mysterious. Yes, I will pay attention to this. In fact, our brothers have all benefited from Zhangjia Zhuangzi. No one will say anything. Otherwise, we won't spare him even if you don't do anything. But Sir, Zhangjia Zhuangzi really killed someone. That person doesn't even know who killed him. The Yamen runner promised again. At the same time, he wanted to remind the county magistrate. Why do you say so? County Magistrate Cheng swallowed a mouthful of Chinese crepe and felt a little puzzled. Sir, do you know why the prefectures gave all the credit to you this time? It's because the other prefectures and counties reported to you. Do you know why they reported to you? The Yamen runner tried hard to control his voice and not let it tremble. Why? What other reason could it be? Zhangjia Zhuangzi sent 3 people to the surrounding prefectures and counties to spread the news about how good you are. They told everyone about all the good things you did. They also spread the news about the curved yuan plow. I know someone in the other counties and happened to see it. When he mentioned it, I remembered that the leader was Ernyu from Zhangjiazhuangzi. The Yamen runner finally couldn't control his voice and trembled as he spoke. What? All of this was done by Zhangjiazhuangzi behind the scenes. County Magistrate Chang couldn't hold the Chinese crepe anymore, and it fell onto the table. He was stunned and didn't say anything for a long time. Qing Lingxiang didn't expect that Zhangjiazhuangzi would be so fast and nimble. When he thought of all that Zhangjiazhuangzi had done for him, he felt like crying. He had long regarded the two masters as his masters. They always helped and protected him in every way. When his credit was stolen, they could turn the situation around with a clever move. If they insisted that they wanted to use the little bit of food he left behind, he wouldn't believe it. Why would they care about a mere county magistrate with such means? It could be said that they took every conceivable possibility into account. They could do whatever they wanted. No, he had to do something. He couldn't just wait for his masters to help him. Sir, the food will get cold if you don't eat it. Just when County Magistrate Chang wanted to do something for his masters, the Yamen runner's voice sounded again. Okay, I'll eat it now. You can leave first and find the deputy county magistrate. County Magistrate Cheng was woken up. His face was not right, but he tried to squeeze out a smile. After the Yamen runner left, County Magistrate Cheng pondered again. His biggest wish now was to see his masters. Even if his masters didn't recognize him as a disciple, he would try his best. However, he was afraid that his masters were testing him. He didn't want to see them now. If he really went and made his masters angry, what would he do if he left Sanshui County? Sir, are you looking for me? The deputy county magistrate, Zhang Mingxing, came in a hurry. When he saw the county magistrate sitting there without eating or drinking, he raised his voice slightly. Oh, you're here. Take a seat. There's only one portion of this. If you want to eat it, you can buy it yourself. Cheap. You can eat it for 5 copper coins. Taste is not bad. This is a new product from the Zhang family's farmstead. It's called Liangpi. County Magistrate Cheng was in a daze today. After a while, he would continue to be in a daze. The deputy county magistrate, Zhang Mingxing, looked at the things on the table and nodded. Zhangjiazhuangzi is really extraordinary. They stopped selling vegetable oil these days. I asked around and found out that someone bought all the soybeans at this time. It seems that vegetable oil is soybean oil. The day before yesterday, there were no soybeans for sale in the county. Today Liangpi came out. This time those people are buying flour. From this, we can know that Liangpi must have something to do with flour. I just don't know if those people will continue to buy flour. They are coming for Zhangjiazhuangzi. How dare they? It's a drought now. What do they want to do with flour? So that was how it was. It turned out that the soybeans had been taken away. The Zhang family's farmstead had one less customer, and another one immediately appeared. It seemed that those people who bought the soybeans would definitely regret it. They had thought well and cut off the vegetable oil. Unfortunately, they were facing the Zhang family's farmstead. I can imagine that even if the flour is bought away, Zhangjiazhuangzi will not waver. They will continue to come up with a new product. Do you know who bought the soybeans? County Magistrate Cheng now had unlimited trust in Zhangjiazhuangzi. In his heart, Zhangjiazhuangzi was not afraid of anything. Even if he led the army there, the result might be unexpected. I don't know. Seems to be from the province. I heard from someone that he seems to have seen one of them. He specializes in selling eggs. Sir, you asked me to come here for this matter. Then let me go back and check carefully. The deputy county magistrate was quite well informed. He told him what he knew. County Magistrate Cheng picked up the Chinese crepe that fell on the table and took a bite. He said, "No, it's about why the province gave all the credit to me. I heard from Chen Dong." County Magistrate Cheng repeated the words of the Yamen runner to the deputy county magistrate. When he finished, he did not say anything. He looked at the deputy county magistrate and waited for him to continue. "You see, Sir, the people under your rule are so powerful. What rule? Or people? Even if the two masters Zhongjia Zhuangzi become my teachers, I am not worthy of them. County Magistrate Chang did not want to lower the position of his teachers. Yes, sir, you are right. If the two masters become my teachers, I am not worthy of them. The deputy county magistrate quickly changed his words. At this moment, he understood that the county magistrate wanted to be their teacher. County Magistrate Chang waved his hand and said, "Let's not talk about this. Let's talk about how we can give Zhongjia Zhuangzi more benefits." Benefits? The benefits are just some taxes. With Zhongjia Zhuangzi's ability to do business, he won't care about these. Sir, why don't you ask Chen Dong to go and ask what Zhongjia Zhuangzi needs? We will think of a way then. The deputy county magistrate had no other choice. Zhongjia Zhuangzi seemed to have no other desires except to keep the food. However, the county magistrate could not suppress the food. Moreover, Zhongjia Zhuangzi already had a plan to deal with it. He could not help even if he wanted to. Then what should we do? How about this? For the next few days, arrange for people to guard every grain store. If anyone dares to buy all of the flour again, arrest them and interrogate them. How dare they hoard in the middle of a great disaster? What are they thinking? County Magistrate Cheng's words confirmed the grain issue. That's good. Even if they offend someone more powerful, that person won't dare to say anything. Our emperor's new policy will not tolerate such things. The deputy county magistrate echoed. Chapter 87. Once Sanshui County's ready-made liangpi was introduced, those people who wanted to buy soybeans didn't dare to continue. They continued to buy the white flour, neither too much nor too little. Because of the addition of liangpi, the jianbing fruit sold even better. One hot and one cold, when eaten together, would cost 5 copper coins. If they ate these things in the past, 5 copper coins would be too expensive. However, in the county, 5 copper coins was only the price of a bowl of noodles at a noodle house. Whether it was the taste or the quantity, it couldn't compare to a jianbing fruit and liangpi. All of a sudden, the two kinds of food in Sanshui County were selling like hotcakes. Many people from neighboring counties came to taste them. There were even more people who wanted to learn how to make them. However, they found that they could not make the spicy taste of the food in Sanshui County. The people chosen by County Magistrate Cheng were all from poor families. If they wanted to get this kind of raw material, they had to bring their household registration to the county government of Sanshui County. Naturally, they didn't care about the other counties. As the people said, you should go to whoever is your parent official. In this way, County Magistrate Cheng's reputation was even greater, even if the drought in Sanshui County was out of control. Xiaobao, those people didn't do anything, Wang Wan said to Zhang Xiaobao with a little disappointment in Zhongjia Zhuangzi. That means they don't have a strong background. I know what to do. Tomorrow we'll make all the tofu dregs into tofu and sell them in the surrounding counties. When we reach the counties, we'll make them again. 1 copper coin for 3 catties. Call Erniu over. This time let him disguise himself and help me do something. Zhang Xiaobao first used the liangpi to warn those people. Then he began to retaliate. No one had ever dared to make such a threat in front of him. Those who dared to threaten him prayed that they would never make any mistakes and would always maintain a high status. After Erniu came and left, everything returned to normal. Xiaobao, you're too radical, Wang Wan said worriedly after listening to Zhang Xiaobao's instructions to Erniu. Then what should I do? It's just an organization that sells eggs without any backing. Do I need to back down? Can give in to Zhou Shihu. After all, his uncle is a 6th-rank official. If there is a provincial governor's son in this organization, so what if I give him all the chickens? This world is so realistic. If you don't have the ability, don't make a move. I want to seek stability, but that means I have to compromise with these people. The chickens we raise are not under our control. Do they really think that they are an underground family and can control everything? Without 6,000 chickens, How am I going to eat locusts? Zhang Xiaobao had no intention of forgiving those people. If those people had come to talk to him first, he might have taken a compromise. But those people actually wanted to buy soybeans. This was a threat, and a threat without the support of the government. 5 days later, the price of tofu in various places suddenly dropped. Zhang Jiazhuangzi took out all the bean cakes that were stored to feed livestock and specialized in making tofu. Other people's tofu cost 1 copper coin per kilogram. Tofu made from bean cakes cost 1 copper coin per kilogram, but tofu made from bean cakes cost 1 copper coin per kilogram. The tofu made from bean cakes did not taste good, but it was cheap. For a time, tofu was not easy to sell. The purchase of soybeans also decreased. The price of soybeans dropped a little. This was not a lot, but it was a big loss for those who bought in large quantities. At this time, Erniu also found his position. Soybeans originally cost 2 copper coins per kilogram. 1 kilogram of soybeans could make about 2 kilograms of tofu. Selling tofu for 1 copper coin per kilogram was not a lot of profit. Erniu found some people in other counties to buy soybeans for 1 copper coin per kilogram. If someone asked, they would buy them to feed livestock. Many people did not accept this, but Erniu did not care. He also spent money to bribe some people to spread the news in restaurants and tea houses. Do you eat tofu? Do you? Then you have to be careful. Some people use beans that do not sprout to make tofu. They are the ones in the rabbit's mouth. Tofu made from this kind of beans will end one's life after eating it. You have to ask clearly when you buy it. Do you usually eat beans at home? Do you feel uncomfortable after drinking water after eating them? This is because the yin qi in the beans is too strong. Otherwise, why does it smell so fishy? Do you buy beans? I will sell them to you at a low price. Really, I will sell you 5 kilograms for 1 copper coin. Really? Don't run. My beans will definitely not get sick. One after another, rumors spread in various counties in the prefecture. This was not a big deal. Everyone ate what they were supposed to. Some people even sneered at the rumors. On the 5th day after the rumor spread, a person came to the yamen of Sanshui County to complain. He found someone to write a complaint against a person who sold soybeans on the street. He said that his father ate the soybeans and died. The county magistrate ordered people to arrest the criminal, but they could not find him at all. It seemed that the person had not come back since he appeared. It was written clearly on the complaint that the person sold them 2 kilograms of soybeans for 1 copper coin, many of which were rabbit's mouth. In the end, he bought them for his family, but his father did not survive the night. The county magistrate sent people to check. The yamen runner who went to report that the old man's body was swollen when he died. At the same time, the couple also said that they did not have children. They usually ate soybeans and tofu, which was cheap. The county magistrate, Cheng Lingxiong, was furious. He immediately issued an arrest warrant for the person who sold soybeans. The whole prefecture and the neighboring prefectures were shocked. The price of soybeans plummeted. Erniu immediately offered to buy 5 kilograms of soybeans for 1 copper coin. There were also rumors that the soybeans in Feng Prefecture were like this, and that the soybeans in other places were fine. Moreover, it was the soybeans in the last 2 years that killed people. See, because of your anger, the people here don't dare to eat soybeans anymore. How many people have you harmed by doing this? In Zhangjia Zhuangzi, Wang Wan complained to Zhang Xiaobao. Zhang Xiaobao did not care. He still had a backup plan. He said to Wang Wan, "The power of public opinion is still very strong. When the time comes, we can just find an excuse to turn it around. Didn't those tofu sellers teach them to make dan dan noodles? In the whole prefecture, how many tofu sellers are there in total? How did the old man die? Did you kill him?" Wang Wan saw that Zhang Xiaobao had made arrangements, so she changed the topic and continued to ask, "How could I kill him? How could I cause him to get tuberculosis? Didn't you hear what the people in the yamen said? The old man kept vomiting blood. It was too late to beat Remy Feng. Zhang Xiaobao was really helpless. Wasn't it just a slightly inferior method? Who asked that time was tight? The business world was like a battlefield. What kind of methods could not be used? Then how will you let people eat soybeans again in the future? Didn't I say that only the soybeans from last year and the year before can be eaten? The rest of the time is fine. Then what about the end of the family line? The woman of the couple is already pregnant. That's how I found it. When the time comes, I will say that someone deliberately spread rumors. Once the child is born, the rumors will be dispelled. Anyway, your method is not very honorable. I want to be honorable. It's not impossible. Do I have time? It's a drought. The higher-ups will send people to check the land so that they can reduce the land tax. They will be here soon. You are so reasonable. Wang Wan realized that she could not find fault in the details. She still felt uncomfortable. At least, many people would not be able to eat tofu during this period. I know what you are thinking. This is simple. We will pay for it and let County Magistrate Cheng say that he found those bad people in our province. He will burn them. Won't they be relieved then? Zhang Xiaobao continued to add. When Wang Wan heard that they were going to burn all the soybeans, she knew that this money was coming from her side. Her face was a little sad. It's a pity to burn all the soybeans. It will cost about 800 to 800 taels of silver, right? More or less, but it's not a pity. After the soybeans are burned, we will gather the ashes and make soy sauce. At most, we will sell more soy sauce in the future. In the past, Grandpa Principal used to make soy sauce. Back then, Grandpa used to fry the soybeans. He stir-fried the soybeans and turned them into powder. After adding salt, it became soy sauce. Zhang Xiaobao added again. We didn't eat that kind of soy sauce in the past, right? Wang Wan was a little doubtful. Yes, in the past, we couldn't even bear to put soybeans in it. We just put in the coloring. Think about it, the retail price is only 1 yuan per bag of soybeans. That bag is 1 catty. How much does soybeans cost per catty? How much does the better bottled soybeans cost? Look at what's in it. Then I won't eat soy sauce in the future. Wang Wan was really a little scared. How can you not eat it? There's so much to burn. You also need to consume some of it. The farmers will send it to each family. When the time comes, each family will be given 50 catties to try. Zhang Xiaobao said jokingly. A crisis that belonged to a quasi-family was finally over. Zhang Xiaobao had arranged everything. From the beginning to the end, there was no mistake. The people who bought the soybeans in Fengzhou were different. They found that the soybeans could no longer be sold. They wanted to transport them elsewhere, but the people there were already on guard. When they saw that the soybeans were from Fengzhou, they directly drove them away. The person who proposed to buy the soybeans now regretted it. He knew that all this was done by Zhangjia Zhuangzi. He wanted to refute, but found that the county magistrate of Sanshui County was actually behind Zhangjia Zhuangzi. He wanted to find other people in Fengzhou, but those people couldn't wait to hide. What should we do? We can't even sell 10 catties of soybeans for 1 yuan. People here don't eat them. The people who originally sold tofu have changed to selling that called dan dan noodles. The money they earn every day is actually more than selling tofu. A person in this temporarily united organization was the first to complain. He couldn't afford to waste time and was prepared to sell the soybeans at a high price during the drought. Now he didn't want anything. How Zhugua, can you not say such discouraging words? If we can't sell the soybeans, we can make them into dried tofu and transport them away. Who will be able to find out? Another person was a little dissatisfied with the previous person's depressed look and proposed a new idea. When the others heard this, their eyes lit up. They felt that this idea was feasible. Chapter 88. While these people were thinking about how long it would take to make so many soybeans into dried tofu, the dispute between Wang Wan and Zhang Xiaobao was not over yet. The reason was that Wang Wan wanted to eat tofu. She wanted to invite the farmers in Zhuangzi to eat tofu as well. She and Zhang Xiaobao had so many soybeans. Even if the tofu they made was not as good, it was still edible. In the end, although the villagers ate it, it was as though they had eaten poison. They felt like they were sacrificing themselves. When Wang Wan was moved, she felt that if her villagers were like this, then what about the people in the prefecture? How long would it take to correct the soybeans? At first, Zhang Xiaobao did not think much of it. Later, he realized that there was not much to eat at this time of the year. It was good to be able to eat some soy products. It could be considered as continuing to make up for the mistakes he made when attacking the enemy. Zhang Xiaobao sold all the black fungus to other provinces. After he got the money, he bought soybeans from those provinces. Since he was the one who started the rumor and decided to take responsibility, he could only use this method. I didn't expect you to be so soft-hearted. Actually, I also admit that your way of doing things is not wrong. Isn't it just some people who can't eat soy products? How many people have cheated an entire country and countless people for their own sake? In the end, everyone still praises them. Tell me, why are you soft-hearted again? Wang Wan saw Zhang Xiaobao's quick actions and how he could make money in the process of making up for his mistakes. She said to Zhang Xiaobao in admiration, "I have never been that kind of heartless person. Some things are an exception. For example, I know about those people who touched the funds of the orphanage. You were really smart. You bought a large amount of soybeans at once, and the price was lowered by you. The most amazing thing was that you sold the wood ears to those who had soybeans and asked them to bargain before you gave them the money. This time we actually made more than 400 taels of silver." Wang Wan did not wait for Zhang Xiaobao to finish and continued his words. Sigh. Zhang Xiaobao didn't have anything else to say. Originally, according to his method of operation, he could have earned an extra 1,000 taels of silver. That black fungus would definitely have helped him achieve his goal. He didn't expect that he would have to lose 600 taels of silver just to make up for it in advance. In fact, if he had taken action a few days later, he would have been able to solve this problem. Who asked the farmer to reveal an expression as if he was unafraid of death when he was taking advantage of the tofu? Why? Are you regretting it? Wang Wan asked with a smile. There's no such thing as regret in life. Do the villagers have any mental illness? I didn't expect the people of this era to have such a strong belief in this kind of thing. No, the main family has sent people to check on them. They are fine, and some even cried for those who didn't believe the main family at that time. This is really good. We know what kind of people the farmers are. Now I'm not jealous of Napoleon. Why don't you let me handle the new soybean? Wang Wan was touched when she thought of how the farmers were taking advantage of the tofu that day. They all thought that tofu would kill people, but they still ate it. She would treat them better in the future. Don't do it. I know that you want to make those beans into finished products and sell them. That won't do. Just sell them to those who used to make tofu at a normal price. If someone doesn't want to make bean products anymore and wants to make money from dandan noodles, there's no need to rush. The number of merchants depends on the demand of the market. Zhang Xiaobao knew what Wang Wan was thinking when he saw her expression. He immediately rejected the idea. You're really a good person. Wang Wan's smile became even brighter. What good person? That's derogatory. I can only say that I'm not a bad person. The soybeans will be delivered tomorrow, and then everything will be fine. No, I can't let people who provoke me go so easily. Zhang Xiaobao mentioned those people again. You still don't want to let them go. You've affected a lot of people. Wang Wan felt that the current Zhang Xiaobao was a little scary. He was too persistent. I'll take responsibility for the people who were affected by me. I'll make it up to them. But what about them? At least I don't have the idea of making money from a national disaster. They think that they're smart and have calculated a lot of things. I don't represent justice, but I represent myself to take revenge. That's fine, right? The more Zhang Xiaobao thought about this matter, the more frustrated he felt. He didn't expect that the rumors from back then could cause such a big impact. Psychology seemed to be limited by the era. After going around in circles, he couldn't get over his conscience. He couldn't even hold on for a few days. He clearly knew that everything would be solved after a few days, but he still sold the fungus. Wang Wan took out a handful of meat floss from nowhere and handed it to Zhang Xiaobao. Then have you thought of how to take revenge? Will you do it yourself, or will you let County Magistrate Cheng do it? It's not bad. What are you smelling? Could it be that you were infected by the farmers when they were eating tofu? No, I won't do it this time. I'm still young. It's not suitable for County Magistrate Cheng to do it. He's under too much pressure. Let the provincial government do it. There are so many soybeans. If they want to get them out, they'll have to turn them into finished products. I think they're doing it now. It's a good opportunity to get something on them. Zhang Xiaobao said with the meat floss in his mouth. Then how do you want the provincial government to do it? Wang Wan smiled and stuffed another handful of meat floss into Zhang Xiaobao's mouth. Give them benefits. What else can we do? We just need to create an auspicious sign. Auspicious sign? What do you want to plant this time? What's the use of planting during a drought? What do you need during a drought? Water. As long as there's water coming out of a dry well, it's an auspicious sign. Tomorrow, get someone to check and see if there's a dry well in this county. You can plant some yao yao. Zhang Xiaobao was now determined to deal with those people no matter what. As long as the soybeans were investigated and they were locked up for 2 days, they would definitely spend a lot of money. Wang Wan understood. Zhang Xiaobao was preparing to blow up the wells. Many dry wells could continue to produce water after digging a little. She nodded and said, "All right, I'll leave it to you. All right, leave the matter of the fertilizer to me. Actually, I'm quite angry as well. We raised some chickens just to help them eat some locusts and let the villagers live a better life. In the end, they came looking for us. Sometimes, the beginning and the end of a battle are not something you can control. Since they came to fight, then let's fight to the end." 2 days later, clear water suddenly came out of a dry well in Sanshui County. At the same time, there was a loud noise in the middle of the night. The people who woke up in the morning found the place where the noise came from yesterday, and saw that the dry well that had been dry for 30 years was producing water. This news quickly spread in the county. County Magistrate Cheng even wrote a memorial, claiming that this was an auspicious sign from the heavens after the people in the county got rid of those people who hid the soybeans. He also pointed out the possible hiding places of those people. When the people in the county saw that there was an auspicious sign and the county magistrate directly sent this merit to the higher-ups, they immediately sent people to search for the locations that County Magistrate Cheng pointed out. In just half a day, those people who hid the soybeans and their people were found. The people sent by the county didn't care how much these people wanted to bribe and directly arrested them. They listed a lot of crimes, such as hoarding during a major disaster, wanting to make poisonous soybeans into dried tofu and sell it to harm people, etc. Among those who were arrested, there were even people who were willing to pay 3,000 taels of silver to protect themselves. The arresters didn't even want to take the money. What was the situation now? It was a drought. At this time, there was actually water coming out of a dry well that had been dry for many years. This was the most important thing, more important than cucumbers in winter. These people were finally locked up. As for what kind of treatment they would receive in prison and how much money they would spend, it was not Zhang Xiaobao's concern. He was now busy arranging for people to help the county magistrate burn all the local soybeans. Some firewood was spread on the ground with soybeans on top. Some soybeans were piled up with another layer of firewood. Many people in the county came to see in person. When the fire started, these people cheered. Now they could eat soy products with ease. County Magistrate Cheng's reputation was promoted to another level. There was no other good official in the Tang Empire who made decisions for the people. Otherwise, there wouldn't be another auspicious sign in Sanshui County. When County Magistrate Chang saw so many soybeans being burned, he felt a little distressed. However, when he remembered that these soybeans were all paid for by others, he felt a little better. The dead old man was also reconfirmed to have contracted tuberculosis. It was said that even a woman who was not pregnant was pregnant. After 9 days, the trouble caused by Zhang Xiaobao's revenge was all solved. The people didn't care whether the soybeans were poisonous or not. Anyway, they had been burned. It was better if there was no poison. Even if there was poison, they were not afraid. After Zhang Xiaobao heard the news, he also let out a long breath. Wang Wan's mood also improved. Xiaobao, have the burned soybeans been transported back? We have made a lot of money this time. How much soy sauce can we make? It's still early. There are so many beans and firewood. We might not be able to finish burning them in 2 days. County Magistrate Cheng has already promised us that the last thing will be ours. Those innocent people have suffered. They didn't dare to eat any bean products for 6 days. Fortunately, the beans we bought from outside 3 days ago were sold. The burnt beans can't be used to extract oil. In the future, when we cook, we will put soy sauce in every meal. Zhang Xiaobao lay down on the chair and fell asleep in a while. Wang Wan also yawned and fell asleep. 2 days later, all the soybeans were burned. They were transported to Zhangjia Zhuangzi in carts. Black piles of soybeans were placed there. People who didn't know the situation wouldn't be able to guess that these were the poisonous soybeans. How is it? Have you seen it? This is the power of Zhangjia Zhuangzi. They put the people who threatened them in jail. County Magistrate Chang said to Chen Dong, who had just returned from delivering the soybeans. Yes, my lord. This lowly one knows that the Zhang family's manner is not ordinary. But this lowly one doesn't understand. How did water come out of that dry well? Sounds like firecrackers, but firecrackers aren't that loud. It's possible to make hundreds of thousands of firecrackers, but the well can't be filled. I also didn't see so many firecrackers. Chen Dong said in confusion. You're tuning in to the Whispers of Romance YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.